Hello, does my microphone work? It seems to be working. Welcome to the stream. I have been wasting my afternoon with a Hermitcraft headcannon, and I just had to share it. Yes, it has to be shared. I'm just going to quickly hop into. Give me a second. There we go. Righty-ho. Righty-ho. Yeah, I have a headcannon, and I'm actually quite surprised that I haven't really seen it anywhere yet. It probably already exists, but I haven't seen it anywhere. And I'm going to just pop over to my iPad, to my iPad showing what my iPad shows, because we're going to be drawing on my iPad, and you'll kind of already see what the idea is. So here we have a lovely little folder of mine that I have worked on throughout the afternoon. And as you might see, the name of the folder is the Avian Mumbo headcannon. So, let me explain. I've actually got a couple of notes here because I started just writing down notes when I got the idea. So when Grian, we currently have moon this, moon that, moon's big deal. I'd quite like to go back to, when Grian and Mumbo share a soul, apparently. I've just realised my microphone's probably peaking. I'm so sorry. I had to re-add the microphone. And now it's probably very loud. I'm so sorry if I've just been bursting people's earbuds. Anyway. No one's talking about Mumbo and Grian sharing a soul. And I think that's terrible. How dare people. And my thought is, I headcanon Grian to be like an avian, as in like he has wings, right? I like to draw him with wings. If I just quickly, I think I've still got this on mine. I didn't draw him with wings in last life, but I did in third life. Like here, I drew him with wings in third life, or I also drew him with wings quite recently in that fan art that I did. Where the moon was big. But I feel like Grian is an avian when it comes to Hermitcraft, so he's got wings, right? And if Mumbo took part of his soul in a quote-unquote attempt to become human again, then wouldn't that actually mean that he'd also become avian and he'd also have wings? We'd get wings. I'd like to start out this headcanon with, obviously we have the waffle head Mumbo. Mumbo has very officially got a waffle head now, and I kind of see the waffle head to be just very chaotic and curly hair. I just imagine Grian has really, really curly hair. And that with the taking of his soul, quote unquote, he's kind of adopted that the hair structure of Grian's, I guess. And since then his hair's just been completely unruly and wavy and curly, and he tries to style it like he had it before, so this would have been like Mumbo, or how I'd have drawn Mumbo before. Fairly straight hair, slick, styled back, but now just absolutely chaotic. It's a lot curlier. He tries to style it, but like he had it before, he fails. It's kind of like a callback to Bumbo Baggins, I guess. That's the feeling I got when I was drawing it anyway. By the way, these are just like sketches. I ransacked my sketchbook and did so many sketches of this whole thing, and just took a picture of some of the sketches and just quickly drew over them in Procreate so that you'd have a cleaner sketch than the mess that I have on my sketchbook right next to me. But how... going back to the Mumbo with wings, because Mumbo with wings is going to be the main part of this stream, and I want to do like a character art of it afterwards, like character design sheet, goodness knows what it's called, after I've explained the whole concept of it. And I'm just gonna read my notes aloud, and just kind of show my thoughts with it, because I've got quite a few thoughts. I've been obsessing over this all afternoon. Maybe it's like just me thinking that this is really cool, but I really enjoy this headcanon. And you're going to see with the drawings that I've done that I really enjoy this headcanon. So, wings. In the sense of Mumbo getting wings from taking Grian's soul. So to me, Grian is Avian, or like X-Watcher, I guess. I haven't really defined exactly in my mind what to me Grian is in Hermitcraft. So when Mumbo takes part of his soul in an attempt to become human again, quote unquote, he actually obtains avian features, aka wings. So, yes. But these wings, this is a big but, these wings don't just immediately appear. They grow from his shoulder blades. So they kind of like, he has a moment where he kind of looks human, but then he suddenly, like, wings start growing from his back. And I imagine this process could be quite painful. Like, I thought I'd compare it to how babies have pains when they're teething. I kind of thought it could be similar to that. Like, with similar symptoms. So with, I don't know, fever, like tender skin around the areas, I guess. I'd say he'd have back pains as well. But like, maybe I'm too obsessed. Yeah, so let me just have a look at my notes. And also, coupled with the confusion of what's happening to him, what's going on with him. Although that confusion has been there for a long time since he, turned into a potato. Oh, hi there, Kiefer Mesh. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Oh, something that I completely forgot to mention, guys. Something that, like, there might be a new button down by where, there might be a new, like, little button that is visible by next to the follow button. And since the last stream, I have actually become affiliated, which is crazy. Like, thank you so much. That is so kind of everyone to be following, and I can't believe it. So, yeah, I mean, I guess subscribing is now an option. If there's no pressure to do so, I don't pressure anyone. But if you feel like it, that would be just a huge support. I'm very new to this. I want to be drawing. I want to be doing some emotes drawing on stream. I'm going to draw the emotes that we'll have in chat live on stream. So that would be cool. That's going to be a future stream quite probably. Right, so anyway, back to where we were. Yeah, so Grian finds out very early on when that Mumbo has like wings growing out of his back, and he's such a help to him. He's such a sweetheart to Mumbo, and helps him with any way that he can, with, I don't know, stretches that he could maybe be doing. He gives him maybe a little bit of like massages around the area just to help the pain. He gives him tips for maintenance or like how he should have his clothes. Oh my gosh, my iPad switched off. Haha, so sorry. So yeah, kind of gives him tips in that sort of sphere. Let's see, what else do I have? And also, he's definitely there when it's time for when Mumbo is ready to learn how to fly. He's definitely there to help him. So that is definitely, that I can imagine that'd be cool. Quite cool. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to show the sketches, I think, that I have done. Just as a disclaimer, some of them might be a little bit graphic for some people, because I kind of have I kind of show where the wings are growing out of his back in 2 drawings. So if you're a bit squeamish about that, there's no blood, but there's kind of like, I guess, a bit of scar tissue. It might just be a bit visual, so just look away if that is something that you don't quite appreciate. This is kind of like, this drawing here is where the whole idea started, because I just started like with an anatomy study, and it just suddenly turned into a curly-haired Mumbo with wings growing out of his back. So I was very happy with it. The sketch looks a lot messier, but kind of like, I like the messiness of the sketch a little bit more than I do, or like the traditional sketch than I do the digital here. But yeah, Sawback, bless them. They grow like baby bird wings. I was looking for references of baby bird wings. And he has a lot of scars and like stretch marks around the area. Yeah, that's that one. And then, like I said, Grian just noticed this immediately. Like, he's very perceptive, and he immediately sees that something is different. And just imagine Grian's kind of like just watching Mumbo from afar, who's like, I don't know, building his base and talking about his base and how he's chuffed to bits on his building. Obviously, the thing that both of them knew immediately was the waffle hair. That he had waffle hair. Obvious waffle hair is obvious, yeah. He very quickly takes off his suit jacket, I imagine, because I imagine that's quite uncomfortable for him. But Grian kind of notices these weird, like, little protrusions coming from Mumbo's back, and he immediately puts two and two together, you know. Mumbo plus potato equals potato boy. And then when Mumbo took a bit of Grian's soul, does he have wings? So he very quickly puts two and two together, very quickly finds out, and all that jazz. And then the final one, oh, sorry, this is also a bit graphic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is also a little bit graphic, so if you're squeamish, then look away again. I imagine Mumbo has, like, growing pains most at night, and they're the worst at night because he can't distract himself with other activities. He cuts slits in his shirt to make, like, room for the wings, but, and Grian kind of, like, I thought this was quite wholesome. Grian helps him sew the wings, the shirts, sew his shirts so that he's kind of got clean edges, so that his wings can come through. Can't even sleep. Yeah, oh, bless him. Yeah, well, if he just exactly, if he's a mooner, it kind of makes sense. You know what I just realized? All this talk about Mumbo having wings, I literally didn't draw him. I didn't draw his wings here, so let's just imagine he's got a bit of fluffy wings, kind of like they're kind of growing already. Exactly. He can't sleep. I mean, that's maybe his reasoning in this headcanon why he became a mooner, just to give him an excuse to stay up all night and not think about that, I guess. So yeah, that's that for the little sketches that I've done. And I think we should do a bit of character art. I just want to design a full body Mumbo with, like, outfit and wings. And what kind of wings am I imagining for him? I imagine, like, raven wings or crow wings, so they're, like, black. Because I've drawn Grian with purple wings, I've drawn him with white wings. I like the idea of wing colour being the same colour as hair, as people's hair. And Grian's just, I don't know, he's special because he's an ex-watcher or something. But I like the idea of giving Mumbo black wings, because you also have, like, the massive contrast between Grian's white wings and Mumbo's black wings. So yeah, what canvas do we want? Let's have this one, and then we'll turn it this way. Right. I'm just going to immediately make the background a bit greyish. Now this is going to be interesting. I'm just starting from complete scratch on a drawing live on stream. I haven't done this for a long time, so you'll have to bear with me. My sketches can be incredibly messy, and I have been drawing all day, so maybe I'm a bit... Sometimes that's a good sign. If I've been drawing all day, it means I'm warmed up, but I don't. Sometimes it means that I've just been drawing too much and I just can't draw anymore. So we'll see how today goes. Just disclaimer on everything. So I think it's just going to be like a standing pose. So if we kind of just do him in a normal standing pose. Excuse my anatomy as well, it's not my strong point. I try my best. But I'm not superb. I've been doing an anatomy course recently though, and I've just kind of been trying to get better at anatomy like that. I'm trying to build it up like I would do there, like I would do in the course. This skeleton, but it's a bit... takes some getting used to, let's just say that. So I want him to have like a chest out forward. An arched back. That. I haven't done a full body drawing. Like, did I do full body drawings in the anime? I guess I did, but not like in some of the in some parts of the animatic. I think I did do like some full body drawing. But I haven't done it for a very long time, like where I take it seriously, where I seriously try to draw someone well while standing and spend like a good amount of time on it. Just trying to figure out the lineage. I'm gonna start again. I was thinking of maybe trying with the like anatomy, with the way the anatomy course teaches it. But I'm just gonna default to what I usually do because I haven't practiced the part of anatomy enough. So we'll just kind of give him a bit of a lean. And then I imagine his torso going to about there. I kind of just want him to have like this very strong posture. I always imagine, you know, Mumbo's in his suit. I always imagine him to be like quite dignified in the way he stands. Something like that. I feel like the legs are too long in comparison to the torso, so I'll just pull them down a bit. And then we'll just try and figure stuff out. I'll probably move stuff around like with liquefy at some point, but just build him up. When the time comes, I'll look up reference pictures for like crow wings, just so that I am not going off blind. Proportions, what even are they? This is so much pressure to do this on stream. I thought I'd challenge myself. Because why not? And then foot kind of, I imagine, like painting forward a bit. This is just like the initial building sketch, so it doesn't really matter. Just to get the feel for the pose. Although, I usually don't actually do another sketch on top. The next bit is line art usually. Let's do a little bit of liquefy in here. And then we'll just... Oh no, I didn't want to undo! Oh good, we're good, don't worry. That's the problem when I rest my hand on the iPad. That's the centre of gravity there. I feel like the legs need to go forward a little bit more. And then we'll have kind of like this form. Then we have to, oh darn it, then we have to, hello Lauren Chadwick. Welcome to the chat. Hi. I'm doing a bit of mumbo jumbo fan art. I've got this headcanon where because he's been sharing his soul, or sharing Grian's soul, or he's taken a part of Grian's soul. He's now got wings. So that is what we're drawing right now. Mumbo jumbo with wings. Because it's something that I haven't seen before. But, I mean, yes please. I do love me some characters with wings. So we're just kind of like going to do a bit of character art for that right now. Right. Now come the arms. And I always despise arms because they never look very natural the way I draw them. Like, especially if it's just a character sheet. Like, how do you even hold the arms? Should he be holding something? Sometimes he should be holding something. Like a pickaxe or something, I don't know. What does Mumbo Jumbo usually hold? Potatoes? I haven't a clue. If it were like B-dubs, I'd be like, hey, he's holding a clock. Or, I don't know, if it were Scar, he's holding jelly in his arms or something. I have no idea with Mumbo. So there's the question. What position do we put his arms in? This is like the worst part of every character sheet. What positions do the arms go in? I find that so difficult to make it look natural. It's just still a bit too short, the elbow there. What do we think? What kind of position do we want Mumbo Jumbo to be in? I don't know. Man. Is he holding a pickaxe? I think he could totally be holding a pickaxe. Or like, I don't know, shulker box or a redstone torch? Maybe? Perhaps? Mayhaps? Or he could be holding something like Muna's related. I'm honestly blanking on what Mumbo. I've spent all this time thinking about this headcanon. I'm blanking on what like is typical for Mumbo right now. Is he holding a spoon? I don't know. I tell you what. I'm gonna have his hand resting on a pickaxe next to him. So I say it should be his right hand, which would be this one. I have no clue if Mumbo is right or left-handed, and I just usually default to right-handed because that is statistically more likely to be correct. And I have his like hand resting on like a pickaxe that is turned upside down. I'm going to draw that in a different layer. Oh, hello. Don't think I did anything in that layer. So we'll have like a pickaxe resting on the floor next to him somehow. I'll use it as like a kind of like a walking cane. Because he wouldn't be holding a sword. That's not... You know what? I just thought he could be holding an end crystal. But I don't really want to draw another end crystal because, my goodness, it was such a faff to do the end crystal for the animatic. I could just copy it over theoretically, but we'll see. We'll see how we feel. Just get a rough sketch for like a pickaxe here. Hello there. Hello, Eggnog. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. The support has been crazy, guys. Like all you guys following, it's insane. A lot of people. There were a lot of followers. Yeah, in my head. Yeah, same here. Like Mumbo has a pickaxe in my head for some reason. I don't know why. I drew him with a pickaxe in one of my little sketches. Oh, in the one where he's like he had a pickaxe strapped to his back. I don't know. It's weird. I couldn't really, because he wouldn't have a sword or an axe really. Or I can't imagine him having an axe. Maybe he should have a shovel because he's a spoon, but nah, we've got a pickaxe now. We have a pickaxe, an axe of the peak. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked the microphone with my Apple Pencil. I'm just going to move the mic up a bit. Bear with me. Just attach it, tighten it. I need to have a fiddle with the microphone anyway, but I'll do that off stream. Right. We shall... Question is like ground floor and stuff. I don't want it to really be on his foot, but I want it to be bent inward like this. Put it behind him. I don't know. Perspective. It can be behind his foot, I guess. Just need to make sure that it doesn't look like that it's like on his foot. And then we'd have to make it a bit shorter so that his hand rests on it nicely. So if we think like the horizon's there and that'd be closer to the horizon, so it'd be a bit higher up. Don't like it. Let's have another look. Let's have another try. Sorry to tell you, but you just looked it up and he's actually left-handed. Okay, so let's just do this then. Very easy. Easy fix. There we go. He's left-handed. Hey, good to know. Do I also like the Dream SMP? Yes, I do also like the Dream SMP. I like it a lot. Although I haven't really been up to speed as much, or like following it as much as I used to. I mean, on the Everin YouTube channel, yeah, very quick fix. On the Everin YouTube channel, some of the first animatics I did were Dream SMP animatics. Almost a year ago, it was like, I think it was like around Christmas time that I uploaded the first animatic. Just kind of a quick check actually, because I'm intrigued. When was the first animatic uploaded? Videos? 11 months ago? Let me just... No, we don't want any sound. It was on the 27th of December, so almost 12 months ago. My very first animatic was a Dream SMP animatic to Youth by Daughter. No need to look at it, the quality's terrible. It is, let's just say I've come a long way in a year. Right, hands. I hate hands. Anyone else hate hands? Why do we have hands? Why do they exist? I find them so hard to draw. So he's just like, I imagine resting his hand on here. And I like that. Ish, I guess. Right. Like Dream SMP members not following the story much, rather watch Origins SMP. Hands are so hard, man. The hands are the worst. I love the lore. Like, it's just taken so long to do current lore. It's just been so long since the last big thing happened before, like, spoiler alert, before Dream was broken out of prison recently. And I'm just kind of over it now, if I'm being completely honest. I still kind of watch the lore streams, but I'm not going to be screeching at my brother every time. Only follow Technolore, to be honest, yeah. It's also really hard to follow all the different perspectives. Funnily enough, the first lore that I followed was Technolore. The first stream of the Dream SMP that I watched was November 16th from Techno's POV, and like all this stuff was happening, and I had no idea what was going on, but I was just loving it so much. And yeah, I didn't even really understand... Oh, hello. I didn't really understand the gravity of what was happening. So, yeah. Wilbur's death didn't really hit me that much. But, I'd seen the Saddest animatics previously. That's how I got into the Dream SMP, through the Saddest animatics. And... yeah. Because I was more active on YouTube, like, consumer-wise. I was more active on YouTube back then. I kind of saw Techno streaming, and he's like one of the only people who streamed on YouTube, so I just watched his POV for one of my first Dream SMP lore streams. And I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. And like what it's done to the Minecraft community is just awesome. It's revived it, basically. I feel like... is the head too big? No, I think it's alright. I draw big heads anyway. So, what to do with his second hand is the question. I think we're just going to let it dangle. This is where my drawing hands is just the worst. It's just like idle hands because they're slightly bent. They're slightly like something like a Lego hand that I'm drawing there. Goodness me. I'm going to do this on another layer so I can experiment around. Mumbo is big brain. That is fair. That is fair. Don't want it resting on his leg. How do hands work? This is tricky. The amount of times I've done character sheets. I mean, just as like an example. Hold on, do I still have these on my iPad? Give me a second. Yeah, the amount of times I've done character sheets of like, these are some OCs that we have. Is like, I've drawn so many idle hands in theory. And I love how I just avoided hands there completely. But oh gosh, ignore those. Oh, ignore that. I hope that isn't. There was nothing to see there. That was just character puppets. Ignore that. That was character puppets to be drawing out different outfits on. But yeah, those are original characters, and I've drawn so many character sheets for them. I should theoretically know how to do idle hands. By now. Ah, pain. Oh. So I'm just gonna erase a bit of this leg here so I can see the hand properly. I'm just gonna quickly stand up just to give myself an idea of where the hand goes to. I should know this by now. How many years of drawing? It does go to the middle of the thigh, I thought so. Oh, hello. There's a bug in my room. And now he's dead. You'd think in December that there wouldn't really be any more insects about. A bit too warm for them, maybe. Right. Is that... Oh, this is painful. I'm going to move the arm a little bit. It's just like getting that natural bend. I need to merge the stand, don't I? Getting that natural bend from a hand, from an arm. Yeah, let's just get rid of that again. I might come back to this later. Let's do some wings. Let's draw some wings. Right, I'm going to look up some reference for... Ooh. I'm just going to look up some references for crow wings. I'm going to try and make it so that I can see Streamlabs and I can see Google at the same time. That's good. Grab the keyboard. There's some eraser debris in my keyboard. Wow. Crow. Or should we have raven wings? Images. Right. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Let's just have a looky through some reference pictures. A lot from behind, but I kind of want it from the front. Do we want them open or do we want them closed? We probably want them closed, don't we? Because he's just standing there. Right then. That'll be a bit tricky too. Let's look at anatomy. That might help actually. Oh, that's morbid. Just a whole bunch of severed raven wings. Wonderful, wonderful. Glad I haven't shown this on stream. Let me just make the screen a bit smaller. There we go. So I imagine they kind of come from here and here, because I imagine that's where his shoulder blades kind of are. And then they go... Yeah, that's how wings work. They go like that. Honestly, with the pickaxe on the floor, it kind of looks a little bit like a scythe. And with the black wings, he might actually look like death, but that's not the vibe that we're going for. Let's just have a feel for how his wings would be. Kind of like that. Raven wings. Oh, actually, that's a good one. Hold on. That's not terrible. That is digital art. That is someone's artist rendition, but that's fine. I think they, you know what? I think they go down and then up and then down again. I think that's what we kind of have to work with. And so, do these kind of go this direction maybe? Depending on the position, do they go this way? Now we want the wingspan to be on both sides, don't we? We kind of have it like that. I don't want them dragging like along the floor, but I do want them to be pretty long so that it's not like he's being held up by two tiny little fairy wings. Right, the inside of the wingspan. Let's just have a reference for the way that feathers look. That is a bit tricky to understand because it's not bent. Oh look, graphic. I think that's the inside. Ah, references, man. The amount of times that I've looked at different wing, because one of our characters is actually a harpy, a winged person. The amount of times I've looked at any kind of like wing references is criminal. without like considering I have no idea. I still have no clue how they work. I'm going to do this a little bit stylized because I don't really want to draw every single feather. So it's not going to be exactly how wings work, but it's going to kind of be how wings work. And then we go down here, and then we can call it there. Yeah, we're not. And then we'll do the same on this side. Right. What are we thinking about that? That give a nice shape? It's a very even shape. I'm wondering if we want to add like some epic slants to it. Something like that. Is it? I mean, the wing form looks slightly stiff to me. If wings can look stiff, I guess they can, just as any other body part could. I should have drawn these on a different layer. Oh well. Oh, you know what? You know what I imagine they might actually be doing is like curving back like this. And then this one also curving back so that they're not completely in the way. I think if they were out like that, he'd kind of be showing them off, but I think right now it's just him. They're kind of slightly folded up. They're turned in. Oh, I don't know how to do that with this one. Let's just put this on a different layer and try this wing again. There. Right, try that wing again. So if it kind of goes out and up and around and then pointing inward, just so that he's not disturbing people too much when he walks past. And then figure out how the wings work again. And how did I want to stylize them? Okay, kind of like that. And then single feathers going in like that. There we go. Right. Do we want to try and tackle this hand now? How? This is so painful. It's probably very painful to watch. This hand is the worst. I've been known to struggle with hands like this for a good half an hour. No, not like that. Point it more down. I think I'm just going to compromise with something that is slightly adequate on this one today. helpful that my... wait, you... I'll keep that layer just in case. But I should not be drawing on that layer. And then we go here. Right, let's try and figure out the shape. Even though I don't usually work with shapes. Imagine it going out like that with the bulge of the thumb. And then like the hand. Well, I say I don't work with shapes. I usually work with only shapes. So, as in like I don't go into more detail, but like building shapes like this. No. Should he be holding something there as well? I could imagine him holding a redstone torch. Because, you know, redstone and Mumbo, even though he's more of a building person currently. Not a builder, a building person. Which basically is the same thing, but you know. Mumbo wants to make that distinction. In which case, I'm going to have his arm pointing a little more forwards. So his elbow doesn't go down much further. And I will kind of put his hand there. So if we put like, I'll put this on a different level. Put everywhere. Level? Layer. Let's just draw a redstone torch. Like. This, I guess. Never really drawn a redstone torch again, but I just assume it's I just assume that it's a torch that is made out of redstone. Right, so where do we want this positioned? I don't really want it in front of his body too much. I don't really want covering it gap between body and... I think I'm going to close the tab now with the reference pictures. That is fair, I think. All's fair in love and war. You know what I need this to be? I need this to be a different colour. So I can see what I'm doing with the background. Right. Where should this be positioned? He shouldn't be holding it outward. He should be... Maybe it's a bit too long. I think that's an okay position, and then we'll just adapt the arm to be holding it. We'll draw the hand first. Thumb, finger, rest of hand. Make it a little bit bigger because hands are big. Kind of in reference to the other one. Okay, and then the arm around it. I also need to figure out what his outfit's going to be, because a lot of the sketches that I did, he wasn't wearing his shirt. His shirt? No, he was wearing his shirt. He wasn't wearing his suit jacket. So there's the question. How is he going to be dressed to accommodate for the wings? But let's do his face first, because everything else is kind of already done. The face is a little bit wonky to my taste. Or not wonky enough. Okay. I was give him a fairly straight nose, because it complements the mustache quite nicely. I always feel like Mumbo can very quickly look like an evil villain in some sort of cartoon kids show. You know, Dr. Eggman or something. If I'm not careful. At least that's the impression that I got whilst drawing him for the Last Life animatics. I really enjoy drawing Mumbo as well, though. He's like one of my favourite characters to draw. I think that's a fair enough mustache, prominent enough. Right, let me just reference. If you hear my brother shouting in the background, he is doing some very hardcore gaming at the moment, so there's a lot of shouting going on. Right, just have a feeling for how his new hair looks. Actually, I should be paying more attention to this now, because this is more of a serious thing, less than a sketch. Do we do it on this side? Because if we have the hair kind of going over here, rather than the hair going over here, yeah, I think if it goes over here, it looks more slicked back. Don't know if that made any sense, but it made sense to me, so guess that's all it needs to do for now. This is so weird drawing it. I've drawn it from the other angle every single other time that I've drawn him. So this is the first time drawing it from this angle. Probably a mistake. Mumbo, why did you have to be left-handed? Why? I'm literally going off of that first sketch. You know, I could... Nah, I'm not. I was like, I could trace over the first sketch that I did. No, let's just bite the nail and do it. Is that an expression? Bite the nail? I feel like it is. Oh, I might have just mixed some expressions. You could mirror it. Dude, I could mirror it again, couldn't I? I could. Oh, gosh. Let's just merge all these layers down. Good point. I didn't even think that far. Shows how active my brain is. I didn't think. There is no thought. Head empty. Right. That feels a lot more natural for... Probably looks exactly the same. Feels better doing it. And I'm literally going hair for hair. Like tuft for tuft. Doing the exact same that I did. Oh, that's a very large brush. That I did in the first sketch that I did of his waffle head. Because I do like adding or making like the hair of characters consistent when I draw them. Because that's kind of like my style. I'm very random in many other places. I don't necessarily draw. I'm quite loosey goosey when it comes to any kind of art. I don't like. It's the reason why I don't like line art. Because I'm just like, no, I want to just have a nice fun time drawing kind of very loosely. But yeah, that's hair is somewhere where I'm always like, no, it needs to be consistent. I feel like it's one of those things where you recognise the character the best with the hair, especially if you don't have like a colour palette, or if you're not colouring it in. We are going to be colouring this in later, but for now, even without the colouring in, if you keep like consistent how you draw the hair, then it will look more recognisable. I'm thinking about this too much. I'm erasing too much of the hair. I'm thinking too much. Right. It's a lot longer on the top than it is at the bottom, but it's still curly down the bottom. Curly, curly hair, hobbit hair. I'm trying to keep it very messy, or like curly, like I've been explaining, but I also still want it to look kind of styled, because I feel like Mumbo would try and style his hair to his best. Kind of fail, but to the best of his ability. Kind of fail, at least at the start, but I imagine, you know, with fully grown wings, that he's kind of grasped how to style his new type of hair that he has. I imagine like a conversation like between Mumbo and Grian, where Mumbo's like, how do you even make this look like like comb this back or something? And Grian's like, I don't. I don't do anything with my hair. I wake up and it looks like this. And Mumbo's like, yeah, I get that. That's understandable. That's exactly how it looks as well. So, you know, Mr. Curly. Maybe edit the general shape of it a bit. Bit narrower. I don't. Just looking back to my reference was like, am I okay with that? Am I happy? I don't know. I think I'm okay with that for now. Right. And then we'll have him nice happy eyebrows because he's a nice happy person. I won't draw any bags under his eyes. He's not a mooner yet in this drawing. I kind of want him to just kind of look good. And he doesn't look good as a mooner with bags under his eyes and his dishevelled shirt and everything. That might be a different fan art that I do another day, but not today. Today is distinct looking Mumbo. Very, very, yeah. At his prime time of avianness. The face down. Concentration is happening. Much concentration needed for a face. I still feel like the hair's a bit too big. Just need to have a feel of it as a whole. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just add in a reference that I've always got to the side so I can see it as a whole. I'll make that quite a bit smaller so that it's not covering too much of the canvas. But we can still kind of see what's going on. Just kind of looking at whoever's taking the picture or like from our perspective, I guess. Right. I think my problem with this is that his neck's too short or like too narrow. That's my issue with it. I'm sure it'll look better once we've put some clothes on him, which we are going to do now. Now, I say he keeps the suit trousers, so I'm gonna have the trousers. Oh, I already had that there. Go over him. And what I've done, what I often do with like, I'll do that later, but what I often do with Minecraft or like adventurer characters is that I give them a belt. I like to give them a belt so that it looks like that they're carrying their stuff around them on the belt. Right. Mumbo Jumbo now. What outfit are we giving you? Like I said, the suit jacket I feel like would hinder his movement when flying. So my thoughts were that I could put him in a waistcoat. Not only because I'm a sucker for waistcoats, but also because the movement I feel like would be better. He'd have much freer arms. Just generally, I don't really see how he does like his adventure Minecraft stuff in a suit. If we're looking at him from a character perspective, waistcoat still very fashionable and very chic, but at the same time, I feel it'd be a lot more practical. I draw Rambo, I think, in a. Is that mustache wonky? I think it is, but I think I'm gonna leave it. I think that kind of adds to the character. I draw Rambo in a waistcoat a lot, or when I do draw him. For them, I think the character is a they. I think non-binary. So we'll put him in a suit and then a waistcoat on top. Keep the tie, because the tie also needs to be kept in place, right? If he's just wearing a shirt and a tie, then the tie would kind of flap around while he was flying. But like this, he can have it tucked into a waistcoat. This sketch is getting way too chaotic, so we're going to do this in a different colour. Too much white. I always sketch in white because I feel like black just feels like it's just so set in stone to me. Make sure that the material isn't too thick. That's a bit thick there. But oh dude, what I was also thinking is, well, this is a problem with the hair. I was thinking of giving him goggles because I've seen many people draw him with goggles, but I love the idea of him having goggles now just because he's flying so much quicker than he would with an elytra, I imagine. Wait, we're still on the same layer. Darn it, just a different color. I imagine he's flying a lot quicker than he would do with an elytra, so bugs happen. And I like adding a bit of steampunky feel to this. And it's actually something that I really like adding to characters, like goggles, especially if they're flying or if they have like an engineering background, or that's something that I enjoy doing, or smithing thing. But I haven't done it for a long time. I don't think I've added it to any of the Last Life characters, and that's kind of what I've been drawing a lot of recently. Yeah, no. So I could have added it to Mumbo a while back. I'm just imagining, apart from Mumbo, who else would it make sense to add it to in Last Life? I'm quite happy with all the character designs. They've all kind of got their special thing. Grian could definitely use it. He's a bit of his character design is very simple, very recognisable, but less fun to draw, I guess. Then someone like, I don't know, I love drawing Scott. Scott's a lot of fun to draw with his spackles that he has in Last Life. Is there? Dude, my mum could tell me. I bet there's like a way that the suit it's either folds over on that side or folds over on that side, and I don't know. Is it worth looking it up? Probably not, because a lot of pictures can be mirrored. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And then I'll have like buttons going down. One big one and then just a couple more. Just a whole much more of a steampunky feel than he used to have. Make it nice and tight, so that it's not like waving in the wind weirdly, which it will do anyway, but that'll give it a better feel for it. And then have like a kind of a divide at the front, I guess. This probably isn't very visible. What I'm going to do is... No, I'm still on the same layer. I'm a dunce. Silly me. It's not hugely visible for me, but it's still okay that I can understand it in the line art later. So I think that's all that is really necessary, I guess. Right, and then we'll just add like a bit of a hint of a belt. I'm not going to add like a big utility belt like I would have. Actually, I could do. What could we have on a Mumbo utility belt? If it were B-dubs, again, I'd put a clock. Because, you know, B-dubs and clocks. Should we have, oh my gosh, should we have a utility belt and put a spyglass on it as like a nod to Last Life? That might be something. That is like also one of the default things that I usually put on these kind of belts. Clock, spyglass, tool. In fact, my Twitch banner, the banner that you can see at the top of my page, let me just... Do I still have it on Procreate? That's the question. YouTube. Yeah, there it is. That one. So I've got like my compass as well. So the idea of this whole banner is that this is my Minecraft character on this side, and this is just me IRL drawing on this side. So my Minecraft character has a compass on her belt and a spyglass, or like the first showings of a spyglass, I guess. So yeah, I guess we could put a spyglass on his belt. Why not? Just have a nod to the Last Life. Hello? There we go. It works. Right. How do we do this so that it doesn't look crowded? Kind of just attach it to another thing, and then, because I don't want it going around where the redstone torch is. So like there, like that, I guess. And then foreshortening, make it smaller as it goes further back. I think that's fair. There's no tangents, nowhere where it's almost touching the hand, but we can figure that out when it comes to the more detailed sketch, I guess. I don't know if I want to do a line art, if it's just going to be more of a detailed sketch. Is that big enough, that spyglass? I think it needs to be bigger. Make sure that we're not actually touching the torch. There we go. That'll make it more prominent. I think we're finished with this initial sketch. What I can do is just kind of like do the cuffs of the shirt. Kind of like slightly gilded with the cufflinks. We'll figure that out when we do the line art, which is what we're going to be doing next, I feel. Now, I do my line art with the same brush that I do the sketch, and it's and I also do it in white, again for the same reasons why I do the sketch. I don't feel like as restricted in white, or it doesn't feel as set in stone. It just makes it looser. It just makes my workflow a lot looser than if I did it in black. There's a whole psychological thing I heard about it once, and I was like, oh, that sounds like something I should try out, and I did, and I haven't ever gone back. I never sketch in black. And line art most often goes in white. This is just kind of be like this very similar line art to what I did in the animatics, where it's just a little bit loosey-goosey. I love how the mustache is just wonky. That says a lot about him and his Mumbo in his current situation. It does make you wonder, like, what it means to take over someone's soul, or to take a part of someone's soul. Because does he take a part of Grian's personality, of his abilities? I mean, he's been enjoying building recently, so does that come from Grian? If we're looking at this from a story standpoint. I mean, I literally, in my notes, and one of the drawings that I had was a question: does that make Mumbo shorter? Does Mumbo get shorter? Because Grian, in my eyes, is shorter than Mumbo. In the way I draw both of them. Because we do love the friendship dynamics of tall friend and short friend, don't we? Or at least I definitely do. Now we need to be a little bit more decisive on what we're doing with the line art here, not just make it a jumbly mess, so that you can actually read what his hair's doing. Just make that a bit smaller again. We want to avoid tangents, but we kind of still want to keep it as fluffy as it looked. Kind of like some... Actually, I had an entire sketch where I did shade the hair, because I thought the black hair, I needed the contrast, and in that particular sketch I needed the contrast of the hair and like everything else that was going on. That It's too round. Oh, let's just use a better brush for the eraser. Cleaner. I think we can have just a... I want it poking out there a little bit, so... Like that. Yeah, I think that's alright. I keep zooming out to see what it looks like as a full view, even though I have the full view here in the reference. I do feel like the head's still a bit too big. So actually, while I'm here, I'm going to make it a bit smaller. I haven't done the eyes yet. Let's just ignore what I've just done. And do the eyes. Nice, friendly Mumbo. I think he keeps all his hair and eye colour. I don't think he'd take, like, anything from Grian in the soul exchange like that. Just a couple of features. You know, including massive wings. Still looks very confused as to his situation. Yeah. Kind eyes. I'm gonna turn this eye a little bit. Position was alright. I don't know why I changed the position. There we go. Is he looking okay there? Is he looking out nicely? I have a problem with people looking very... Oh, what's that called in English? When they're kind of looking at crossing their eyes. Yeah, when they're crossing their eyes. I struggle with pupils a lot of the time. It just looks like they're doing a funny face, pulling a funny face. I think this eye's not long enough, not tall enough in comparison to the other one. So we'll just distort that. Move it down ever so slightly. Add the eyelid. That's what these little lines are. This tiniest thing. Detail. I think that's okay. Something's still bothering me about the face. Can't quite put a finger on it currently. Maybe this eye's still too rotated. What is it about these eyes? Are they looking in the wrong direction? Slightly? Maybe just a bit. How's that? That's better. I think I'll leave it at that for now. And then we'll continue on with the neck and then the body. I feel like the neck's too long. That's probably also some of my problems with this. Anatomical problems. Personal problems. Because the what is it even called? The cuff. The cuff? The neck cuff. So not the wrist cuff, the neck cuff. The collar, that's the word, of the shirt is a bit, mustn't be too, it kind of goes up the neck quite far, so the neck doesn't need to protrude out from the collar too much. Because the collar's already quite long, and the neck would be too long then. Cool. What I am going to do is make this a little bit tighter. It doesn't look like it's poking out too much. I mean, despite, you know, growing wings, he's still the dignified gentleman that knows how to wear a suit. In my headcanon, in my opinion. I don't know. What even am I talking about? This is where we get more into the normal line flow, where I do larger lines. And just undo and redo all the time. But who needs clean line art? Let's be honest, it's way too overrated, way too time consuming. I mean, I do like really clean line art every now and again, but I lose steam so quickly doing it. It's just the worst. Then the tie. Right, just got a posture check. Man, my posture is doing terribly. Leaned real badly over the desk there. Wink and a wink. Don't like the form of that. We'll try that. There we go. Right, then go down with this larger button, but not too big so that it's comically large. Smaller ones. 4 buttons is enough, right? And then we'll have this part of the suit coming up. Or the waistcoat, not necessarily the suit. I do like some waistcoats. I think waistcoats look better than suits as like a clothing item just in general, or suit jackets, because I guess a waistcoat is part of a suit. It's a lot more class, or probably not more classy, but it just looks better. I have no idea. This is just a personal opinion. I know nothing about proper dressing of stuff. I know people who would definitely have a lot to say about the subject and could give me the proper etiquette on suit wearage. But you're stuck with me. I'm not one of those people that knows a lot about anything. Right, let's get the arms out. Let's try and emulate some clothing foldage, even though I find it incredibly difficult to get clothing folds. Let me just take a sip of water. It's going to be interesting when we get to the wings. Ooh, I've just knocked the microphone again with my Apple Pencil. Do excuse me. I've tilted it forward now. Don't know what the best audio is. I think my microphone just keeps kind of slipping downwards. I've got it held up quite high, but then it just keeps slowly shifting down. Now it's at this point I think that I'm gonna wait, flip them again. I just remembered flippage needs to occur. I'm on the wrong layer. Because Mumbo is indeed left-handed. This has me questioning everything now, by the way. I think in the animatic he was holding the crystal, the big, what are they called, end crystals, with his right hand. Oh well, we're not that detailed when doing animatics, I guess. I do like to focus on details though. Let's just get that cuff out, so we definitely got like the cuff of a shirt. Do we want some foldage? I don't know. Can very quickly overdo it with folds. I think I'm going to leave it to future me to worry about with when it comes to colouring. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Although I'm not really much of one to shade as much as I used to. In fact, this is going to be quite interesting. I haven't done just normal shading without dramatic lighting that's going from somewhere for a long time. And I guess depending on the background that we do, that we decide to have, there might be some dramatic shading going on. And we could have the moon in the background. And then we've got backlighting, like I had in a previous drawing, but I guess it'll be a lot more of the same in that case. Might not be the way to go. Hands help. Hands so hard. Line art is almost as hard as when building them. I'm just gonna not pay too much attention to the hands. I never really do. Moon in big means moon is big. Yes. Moon very big. I mean, I did oh, by the way, in case people were wondering, I did a drawing on I did a drawing where I had Grian and Mumbo in front of the big moon. And people asked me if I'd done the moon. I hadn't. I definitely hadn't. Just trying to look for... Am I silly? Am I being silly? Would it be in recent? Have I... Oh, there we go. Yes, I have a brush that is literally the moon. Oh, moon in the background mean moon is background. Aha, yeah. Sorry, I read big. Yeah, background makes sense. Yes. True. So basically, yeah, this was just a stamp. That is how much effort it took for me to draw that moon. Yeah, pulling the curtain out from people's eyes, but yeah, that's how it was. It was just the... Yeah, both is true. Moon is very big. I think we'll just do a very simple background, like maybe a bit of red. You know, for redstone. Or like the mumbo jumbo corally colour. If you get what I mean, kind of like... let me just see if I can find it. Like this-ish colour. That's pink. Like light red, kind of. The colour of his logo. I feel... Is that... hold on. I need to go to his YouTube account. What is the colour of his logo? I feel like an idiot. We could put that in the background. We could put Mumbo's logo in the background, theoretically. Mumbo. Jumbo. Yeah, that's his logo. That's kind of the colour. Hold on. Let's see if I can figure this out. Can't see the chat for a second. You have to bear with me. It goes quite into the pink, actually. Something like that. More pinkish, actually. That kind of thing. So we could put the background like that. Oh gosh, it looks atrocious on my computer. That makes me wonder, actually, if my computer is if my Mumbo, if my screen is actually changing the it is changing the levels of the what it actually looks like IRL. That's the one. That's more the colour. It's more going into the orange. Yeah? Kind of. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. What I'm going to do is, though, I'm going to save this colour by doing... Oh. Why did I do that on a different layer? Oh no, not combine down, merge down. I get distracted so easily. It's kind of painful, probably quite painful to watch. So I'll just quickly, yeah, we've got that colour down. So when I'm doing the background, it's not always that big loud colour in my face. Right. I need more opacity for looking at the torch. I'm not going to draw the fire of the torch just yet. I'll do that just a bit. What is this? Aha. The brush felt different. Wrong brush for the line art. And then kind of pointing down. kind of. I wanted to be a bit of a rigid edge so that it looks like it was broken off a stick. Right. Hi there, Sire. Oh gosh, Sire Weremouse. I'm so terrible at reading names. Do correct me if I said that wrong, Sire Weremouse. Thank you so much for the follow. Why do I even stream if I'm so bad at reading? I mean, I couldn't even see BG in the background. I read names wrong. Just terrible, awful. Pardon me, my voice is a little bit croaky right now. Don't know why. Maybe I'm not drinking enough. Maybe I'm not drinking enough. Right, so I'm going to remove this line here because it's a tangent to what's behind him. And I'm going to remove this line because that's also kind of like a bit of a tangent. Right. We don't like tangents here. I go on a lot of tangents for the fact that I don't like tangents. Onto the trousers, I guess? Yeah. Let's do the belt. If I'm being honest, if I took line art a lot more seriously, then we'd be at this for hours. This is just a lot quicker. I mean, line art takes very, very long when I'm doing it seriously, so I'm not going to be doing that now. Oh my gosh. Why are we listening to Mask? I didn't put my stream playlist on repeat. Oh, I hope that hasn't been on DMCA-able music there. Do excuse me, I should take care of that more. I hope that was the first one. I think Mask is non-DMC. Is it non-DMCA? I don't know. I don't know. But thank goodness I immediately recognised that, because I recognise that beat very well. I tell you what. Apparently, the Dream SMP is a music genre. And it is a music genre that is on my top 5 music genres of the year on my Spotify roundup. So, yeah, I've listened to a lot of Dream SMP music. A lot of Dream, a lot of Wilbersut, a lot of... Oh yeah, there you go. Lovejoy. That's the one. Lovejoy should be alright. We can listen to Lovejoy on is that DMCA free? Huh. I just stay to the Minecraft soundtrack because I've listened to a lot of, well, I've tried a couple of different like playlists. One of which being actually Phil's stream playlist. I had that for a while. But some of the songs on there, YouTube doesn't accept. So when I try and upload the VODs on YouTube, it just immediately gets taken down because it's got one of the songs in it that YouTube doesn't like. So I just stick to the Minecraft soundtrack because I know that as a fact to be completely copyright free because it's a video game soundtrack that I know well, I guess. Tangent over. Although I'd quite like to in the future maybe get myself Epidemic Sound so that we have no DMCA problems and we can get a lot of epic music. That is like my first goal. I can't currently... It's not currently viable for me to do it. If you were at Wilbur didn't want it to get copyrighted, so everybody allowed to use it in their stream. Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna still stick to the Minecraft soundtrack because it's what I'm used to having in the stream. But I do want to have a look into Epidemic Sound. Epidemic music. There we go. Bit of spyglass action. Is the spyglass going to be out? I don't know. Do we have it? Nah, we won't have a lid on the spyglass. We'll just have it going. Kind of slightly poking out, I guess, like that ish. I just remembered that this is actually the line art layer, so I should be a little bit more gentle with how I'm drawing stuff. Just a little bit there. Don't need it to be too clean, do we? Like I said, otherwise we'd be here for hours. Ages and ages. Just make that a little bit thicker. Right. Now onto the suit trousers. These should be fairly, pardon me, these should be fairly quick. Oh, I already did it? I don't remember doing that side. It's a bit messy, that side. I did wonder, it looked a lot more, the opacity of it looked a lot higher than the sketch layer. I don't remember doing that. When did I do that? It was probably just off on one of the tangents where I just really wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I keep tapping on this accidentally, so let's just make that. Oh, is that as small as we can make it? Oh gosh. How to move? I can only make it bigger. Small guy. There we go. I've not really been paying attention to it, if I'm being honest, actually. To the little reference. Dude, so actually we can get rid of it. Unless you guys were having that as the only reason for you being able to see the whole piece. To having some sort of reference on where we are. Some sort of grasp on reality. Oh, hello there. Hi, Enderberry. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to the stream. I'll tell you what, that notification, it just surprises me every time. It's just like, whoa, it's a noise that I was not expecting. So thank you. It's always, oh gosh, I always appreciate it. It always catches me off guard. Right. Now these are incredibly curvy legs. Let's just, because they're suit trousers, they're not that tight. Let's just change this a little bit. A little bit too much curvature for my liking. Right. Feet. Now we have feet. Feet are hard. How to feet. Feet are so hard, man. Although I find hands harder than feet, I must say. I should stop complaining. Drawing is hard. Everything is hard. Life is hard. So I should stop complaining about it and just get on with it. I might just do a bit more on the sketch layer here, just to figure these feet out a bit more. You'd be having like suit shoes on, I imagine. So a little bit of a heel, but nothing too fancy. So sorry if I'm giving people vertigo with how much I'm moving the canvas. I just realised. And then we'll do like the same here, only it's facing more forward. Can't see a thing that I'm doing really. Too many lines. I think his foot's too wide there. I find feet really tricky. Let's just erase it all and start again. Could have the foot pointing. No, we can't have the foot pointing that way. It's kind of like not really the position that he's pointed in himself. I don't want it to be at the same angle as the other foot. I want it to be further forward facing. Gosh, if I didn't think that feet facing slightly forward were difficult, then I think it now. Even though I did actually always think that. Tricky, tricky, tricky. It also looks like he's floating now, so let's just refigure this out. Right. That looks a lot flatter now. It's a lot flatter on the floor. Maybe make the heel bigger so it looks like he's more on the floor. Yep. And then same with this one, I guess. Don't want it to look like clown shoes either, which is tricky. Should be at the same height as the other feet though, like the... Or should it? Oh man, it looks like clown feet. Clown feet. Did Mumbo just kind of get like clown feet when he took Grian's soul? Is that, can we make that canonical? Can we make that a part of the headcanon? I'm just going to leave it at that and then just try and fix it with the line art a little. Do a better job at the line art. At least a slightly better job. Kind of, maybe. Way. No one's going to be looking at his feet. No one ever looks at feet when there's a character design sheet. They're like the least interesting thing to look at. So we're just going to accept it. Accept the suboptimal. Because otherwise we'll be here for hours. Hi there, Crowlander. He subscribed! We've got a first... that was a real voice break there. Hey, Crowlander's just subscribed. Awesome. Thanks, bro. My very first subscription. That is something. I'm afraid I don't have any emotes for you to... Well, I do have emotes. I've got the default emotes, but they're not like custom emotes yet. That is something that we want to do on stream. I'm going to do like live drawing the emotes that we'll have. I also don't have a special thing. You never know, people tend to have a weird kinks looking at the feet. Ah, yeah. True. True. Can only tier 1 for now. That's fine. Feet. Exactly, yeah. True. Well, they'll be disappointed when they see the feet on this dude. You know what? I want to make the legs a little bit, or like the trousers a little bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a steampunky line. Following along the edge. So that could be like the seam. Like jeans have. Well, I guess any trouser has really. But these are going to be... I'm gonna make it... You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do this as a line art. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to do it in a line art, but I'm going to do it in the colour. I'm going to have like a golden line going down. So if I forget that, remind me. Or like a red line, I guess, for the red tie. Yeah. Okay. Let's do his pickaxe, and then we do the wings. I'm going to do a new layer for the pickaxe. We want some straight lines here. There we go. Well, you got some things like these. Like what? What things did you get? Yeah, there they are. Oh, they're showing up on stream as well. I completely forgot that I've got the emote wall up. Yeah, I got the default. I took the default emotes from that Twitch allows you to have, and I put them in there because I don't have any of my own yet. I haven't drawn any of my own. Oh, how terrible of me. I'm an art Twitch channel and I haven't drawn my own emotes. But I will. I promise I will. The next stream is going to be me drawing the emotes. But I kind of just got this idea and I was like, I have to show this. I have to live stream it. Must be a stream. They're cute emotes though, for them being default. I must say. I feel like this pickaxe shape is just atrocious. Gonna be a diamond pickaxe, right? Instead of netherite. I feel like the Boatum crew has not really bothered with netherite apart from Pearl and Impulse. Because they just die in the Boatum hole all the time. That is a very wonky pickaxe. Let's just, with warp, change the position. Hello? My Apple Pencil? Hello, please? Work? Make it a bit more rounded. Weird. Like that. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Ish. And then we don't have it stopping by the thing. No, actually that looks terrible. Hold on. That does not follow the form of the thing at all. Right, let's try this on a new layer. Now it is. Now we've got the Angel of Death here with a scythe. He's Phil's cousin. He's Phil's long lost cousin with his black wings. Like that. I do kind of want perspective to play a role. So that it gets shorter the further back it goes. But we'll figure this out with after we've got the shape done. Oh, that's a bit of a weird angle. There we go. So I'm just gonna erase this area here and fiddle around with the shape of this. So if it goes back like that, then it can't go back up too high. And I feel like we need this to kind of be more prominent like that. Sort of. How to pickaxe? I don't know. Do you? Don't take this as a tutorial. Because it wouldn't help you any further. If anything, it would make you worse at drawing pickaxes. Watching this in the hopes of gaining knowledge. The pickaxe does not make sense at all. Let's just... How do pickaxes work? Let's just have a thought. I think it wouldn't be two pieces. I think it would more go through like that. And it'd be the wood that goes through the middle of it. And then it comes out this end. Brain go burr. And then we have the crossover of like the attachments. It's just a pickaxe. Why is it so difficult? Why must I make it so hard for myself? There we go, and just kind of make it slightly more readable if the lines are pretty thick. And then we'll put a handle like around here where you'd be holding the pickaxe, kind of like a bit of a bit more comfortable to hold the leather handle. Sort of like that-ish. Again, I am forgetting that this is the line art layer and I'm being very light-handed, but I don't care enough. If I'm being honest. Over the pickaxe. It now all kind of makes sense, I guess. Let's just merge these two down. And I'm going to do a new layer for the wings. And once again, I need more opacity on the sketch layer. But we can figure out the wings. Now this can either go two ways. Either I'm going to spend forever trying to get a line down, or it's going to be quite quick because I won't care as much. I do want it to still be very loose. The big shape is what is most important to me. Overall feel of it. I don't want to draw single feathers. Who says now drawing single feathers? Did I just say einzelne? Did I just speak German? In my brain, my words are playing back in German. I'm tired. That is... My brain is going brr at 1,000,000 miles an hour, feels like. No, don't undo. I erased you. Go away. Let's just... like not drawing every single hair strand. Not going to draw every single feather. Conclusion I came to a long time ago with our OC that has the wings. Name is Chinoa. She drawing her wings with every single feather. That was never going to happen. It was never going to be a thing. Just some like kind of contoury lines that we get a feel for how the wings are shaped, how they work. The more time I spend on this, the more into detail I go, so I just need to just continue along with this without thinking too much about it. Come on, just want to attach that line and make it pretty. This is what line art with me would be like if I did proper line art. Just keep drawing a line, undo, drawing a line, undo, drawing a line, undo, drawing a line, undo. Like we are doing now. Right. I think I'm happy with that. You could say I'm chuffed to bits. Chuffed to absolute bits. Right, let's get rid of the sketch layer. Let's erase some other layers where they cut over each other. And I shall merge down all the line arts. I'm going to center him a bit more into the whole picture. Is it wonky? Is it just me? Everything just a bit tilted. And then what I often do is, I'm just going to clean this up. This is a bit messy even for my standards. Okay. Yes, am I happy? I think so. So what I then do is I duplicate the layer so that I've kind of made it a bit more substantial because I am using a pencil brush. And then I just make it black. And then when it's black I can kind of fiddle around again because some of the line art is too heavy, like we have it here. Probably using the wrong brush for this. Eraser. And it's same down here. And then it would be ideal to fill in gaps because we do kind of want to be able to colour him out in the faster way, which we shall be able to do nicely. Okay, so I select the outside, invert it, and this is where we come to the colouring. And I've actually got Mumbo's colour palette right here from Last Life, so we'll just use that, why not? And then I just need to go around and erase the outside of the, yeah, I mean it didn't select beautifully, it never does, depend, especially with my line art brush that I use, it never is a perfect surrounding of it, so I just need to erase the outside that is outside of the line art. So this is a bit of a awkward process. It takes a bit of a while. It was always a part of the process where if you see just like the speed paint of it, then it's just like it's just a part of the speed paint where it looks like I'm not actually doing anything. But no, I am actually working. I'm not just staring at the blank screen or a screen wondering, okay, I finished the line art, what do I do now? Because now comes the fun part. Now we do some colouring. And it's usually the fastest part. I always struggle with getting the pose. And then I always struggle with like line art. Or any form of line art, even the line art that I did here. It always takes a lot of brain power. Now we just gotta switch. Now we can just switch off our brain and just do a bit of colouring, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Apart from the fact that I still kind of need to be talking, so I'm not completely going to switch off my brain. Otherwise, you'll just have me vibing along to the Minecraft music. Not saying much. And that would be very unentertaining. I don't know if what I'm doing now is already entertaining. I'm just bumbling to myself. This is great. I feel like Mumbo in his end screen. Just finding something to talk about. Anything. Talk about how I went cycling. I actually did go cycling yesterday. Bumbling about. Sometimes I duplicate the line art layer twice so that it's even thicker than it is now. Just so that I've got even less gaps in the line art. That this contrast is still even less, or like the pixels that are the coloured pixels that are outside the line art. Not where they're supposed to be. But I always have to do this process anyway, because I'd have to duplicate it multiple times for it to not have anything outside of it. And then the lineup would just look really fat and undynamic, and I mean it's not hugely dynamic as it is in comparison to other lineouts, but it would look very much like children's colouring book where the lines are 10 centimeters fat, so that they don't colour out the lines. And we're almost halfway there. We're down at the hair now. Actually, we're over halfway there, aren't we? Because I started at the pickaxe. So we've done the legs completely. Colouring is fun when you have a set of colour palette because you don't require fiddling around with shades and hues and for half an hour. True, I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. When it came to colour picking for the last live animatic, I just basically took the colour from the characters, like the skins. I had the skins screenshotted and put in as a reference. And if it looked alright, then I just kept it. I just put it. Basically, what I have here is a color palette of hermits, where we have like the top row. So if I just select the colors, this row here is Grian up until there. Then we have Pearl. The next 5 or 6 is it? It's 5. Each is 5. Then I think down here we have Cleo. Then we have B-dubs. Then we have Mumbo. And we have Etho. There's no real rhyme or reason to why I chose those 6. 8? 6. It was just because I was drawing them a lot in the first animatic, it felt like. And I was kind of sick of colour picking. But yeah. I don't think too much about the colours really. I should think a lot more about colours. Like what looks good, what contrasts nicely. I just kind of pick and place. I don't fiddle around with colour too much. Hello? I didn't mean to zoom out. But I tell you what, colour picking from skins is only something you can do with like hermits. You can't do that with every skin. Because especially when it comes to drawing the Dream SMP characters, you most definitely can't just colour pick. Just colour pick from their skins. I mean, look at Tommy Ennick. He'd look like a radioactive something. Especially just his hair and his eyes. Can't even colour pick from Filter. His eyes look incredibly radioactive. Colour pick from skins sometimes, but if it's a little too dark or a little too pastel, you alter it to look better with the drawing. Yeah, same. I mean, I think I altered some of the colours here in this palette. Couldn't tell you what I altered in the end, but I did at some point. So what I'm going to do now is, oh yeah, I definitely, when it comes to like Minecraft skins, there's a lot of pure black in skins, and I don't want to use full black in skins, so Mumbo's hair is slightly brown the way I have him, but to me that's black because I just don't want to use pure black because my line art is black and all that. And I also didn't want to give him grey hair, so it's kind of desaturated brown, his hair, but I see it as black. It's almost black. I don't want to go in the extreme of any colour really, because there's a lot of pure blacks and a lot of pure whites, especially when it comes to the pupils in Minecraft skins. And that is something that I don't really adhere to. Oh, and also, yeah, when they don't actually have an eye color, like for instance, this blue is Mumbo's eye, or I see Mumbo having blue eyes. I see Grian having brown eyes, which is what this color is here. Yeah. So I had to take a couple of creative liberties. If it was like a detail that I couldn't pick from the Minecraft skin, I'd often go and like reference what they look like in real life if I knew what they looked like in real life already. I mean, if I didn't know what they looked like IRL, then I wouldn't go looking for pictures of them. But like especially when it comes to Mumbo or Grian or B-dubs, I did try and reference that. Oh, especially when it comes to like people from the Dream SMP that I know what they look like. Then I reference them IRL more than I actually reference their skin sometimes. Okay. That is Mumbo. I'm gonna colour out his wing in more of a grey-brown, I think. That makes sense, yeah. I also like go to that if I'm looking for height differences as well. Just think of like how tall they are IRL. If I know it. I mean, I know like there's always jokes about how short B-dubs is, so I made him shorter than I maybe needed to, but I had fun doing it. Mumbo's wings, I think I'm gonna make a lot grayer than him and his suit jacket. Maybe it might make his suit jacket more grey. Might just take the saturation away from that. But he's got a lot of dark colours with him. Especially if he's got dark wings now as well. I didn't actually think this through at all. What that would look like. I was just like, yes, give Mumbo black wings. That would be nice. Didn't actually think what that would look like in the whole scheme of things. With how his skin is mostly black. Oh well, we'll have a fiddle. We'll have a look. Because I've still got my heart set on very dark wings. Maybe there could be like a dark grey or something. I don't know. I do like the contrast between Mumbo having dark wings and Grian having fairly light wings. I like the idea of that. We do like opposites attract besties. Right. I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't finish this line off. Boop. And a boop. Back to the correct pen. There we go. And back to where we were before. On the correct layer with the correct pen. Oh, I just realised. I have made a mistake. I've done something that I've forgotten bear with me, I've forgotten a step that I usually do when I'm drawing. I usually actually colour out with a textured brush, so just to add a bit of texture to the ground colour. I don't do it wings with a dust of redstone. Ooh, ooh, I like that. I like that. Like single red feathers. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Remind me later if I forget about that, but I think that's what we should do. I think we should add like a bit of red to the wings. Oh, yes. Big fan. I mean, if anyone else has any design tips or like headcannons or things to add to this headcanon or what they imagine it would be like, please share, please do. I am always open for new stuff. I love to exchange ideas. Definitely like the redstone. So yeah, this is kind of just adding a bit more texture. It's not very visible on my on my computer screen if I look up, but I hope it'll be visible on your device wherever you're watching from. It's quite visible on my iPad. Just to add a little bit of intrigue too, so it's not just a flat colour. I add a flat colour just as the base. Because it is the base. But I don't do it to the rest. I was thinking this was going very quickly. So what I'm going to do here is, because I'm too lazy, I'll prefer to just erase the outside. Just to keep the texture nicely. I've always pictured Mumbo's MC skin riding on a bike in his suit. Oh. Can you just say you absolutely... Oh, hold on. Can you just say you absolutely don't... My art style is so much like how I want mine to be. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you to say. I mean, there's always goals that you can set yourself. But your art style is going to be exactly perfect for you. It's not gonna... It's not gonna look like anyone else's but yours. So... And that is going to be amazing. It's just a lot of work, honestly. Art is so much work. Just God, it takes a long time. You just do it bit by bit. So you've always pictured Mumbo's empty skin riding on a bike in his suit. That actually would be quite cool. I think I've seen like fan arts of that before, but it's been where like the bike has kind of been shaped as a horse. But I quite like the idea of literally him just in a suit, but like looking so ready to be a part of a biker gang. that might go on the drawing prompt list if I feel like it. But the colours of his quote-unquote horse are quite cool. I think drawing Mumbo's hat is a whole other thing, where it's the kind of thing where it's probably just too weird for me to draw. Yeah, exactly. Riding a bike in a suit seems very inconvenient but funny. Exactly. It's like he's trying to keep an aesthetic here, and it's a very particular one. I feel like doing anything in a suit seems uncomfortable. Suits just seem uncomfortable to me. Just like I don't know, cocktail dresses. Just like why not just, you know, go to the office wearing a hoodie and jeans? Why do you have to look all fancy and be uncomfortable all day, eh? Why is that a necessity in special jobs? See? Right, I don't know why I erased the lower half down here, because trousers aren't going to be the same colour. I think, or are they? That's the question. Can we make them a different... If he's wearing a suit, they should probably be the same colour. Just trying to think what other colour it could be. Suit trousers are mostly so uncomfortable for no reason at all. Yeah, I imagine. I can imagine. I've never owned a suit personally, but it's just like women's trousers, I imagine. Trousers? Yeah. Some women's trousers can be very uncomfortable. Women's shoes, like high heels. Why? Why do that to yourself? I mean, admittedly, I have a couple of not high heels, but I have a couple of heels. Like I don't own anything that is just like the tiny point at the end of your foot, because I feel like if I tried to walk in any of those, I'd twist my ankle in the first 10 meters. But yeah, they can be very uncomfortable. Just get some sneakers. Why do we have these social norms where you have to look all pretty but be uncomfortable in official events? My brother is once again shouting whilst gaming. I do apologise if that is audible. I'm erasing the boots because I'm thinking the boots can be the shoes can be the same colour as the wings, like a bit more grey, just to add a bit of variation. We'll see. We'll have a fiddle with some values in a bit. Why are the prettiest clothes so uncomfortable? Sag, yes. I don't know. It's very sag. I mean, it's so difficult because it's like looking good is really cool every now and again. Like if you dress up looking like really cool in like an awesome suit or in a nice dress, it's nice to. It's nice to doll yourself up and take care of yourself in that sense every now and again. But in another sense, you're not taking care of yourself at all because you're wearing really uncomfortable clothes. So yeah. There is no clothing I feel more comfortable in than a pair of jeans and a hoodie or a big jumper. Oh, I tell you what, I've got, and I was wearing it today, I've got like a wraparound. So it's almost like a poncho, but it has an opening so you can wrap it around you. I don't know what they're called, but it's so comfortable. It's like literally sitting in a blanket all day and it's so nice. Right, I'm going to do a new layer here. We're already clipping masking, that's perfect. What I am going to do is I'm going to make his eyes blue here. I like this colour blue. I like it a lot. I think it goes really nicely with the colour of his hair. And then we'll just, on this layer, add whites. I don't think these are the whites of it. No, they're way too grey. OMG, it's art. It is definitely art. JT is random. Thank you so much for following. We are arting. Arting is occurring. The arting is happening. We're drawing Mumbo Jumbo right now from the Hermitcraft server. And we're drawing him with wings because I have a headcanon that Grian is a winged character. He's a winged species. And an Avian. Arting is so underrated. I agree. Arting is very underrated. I have this headcanon where Grian is an avian or winged character. That is too grey. I don't know why I chose that as a colour. Oh no, actually that's Etho's hair. That's not Mumbo's suit, that's Etho's hair. So yeah. Yeah, anyway, I see Grian as like his character's like a winged character for me. And when Grian and Mumbo share a soul now, since they share a soul now, and Mumbo kind of took the... Oh wow, you cheered! Oh my gosh, hello! Thank you so much for cheering bits, I guess. That's my first. It's like to Artaki. Exactly. That's my first bit donation. Thank you so much. I've never, because I'm very new to being affiliated. I literally got affiliate on Saturday, so this is the first stream as an affiliate. So thank you so much for bitting, for cheering. I haven't actually set that up yet properly. The bitting. I've set up the emotes subscriptions, but I haven't actually properly done that yet. But the next stream that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the emotes for subscribers live on stream. So that is something that's going to happen in the near future. Because I think it needs to happen sooner than later. Sooner rather than later. Right. I'm just erasing out the part of the suit here because I think behind that I'm gonna do like a layer behind this one. I'm gonna do the wings, so I can just colour out. You have more bits, you didn't even realise you still had bits. Bits is something that I've never really even had a play with as a viewer. You know, wish you could draw like me. It's a lot of practice, my dude. Lots and lots of practice. Years and years of work. But if you just keep at it, anyone can draw. Absolutely anyone. I come from a very unartistic family, so it's not like it was in the genes. And when I started out, it was real bad. It was really, really bad. That is Procreate. I'm on the iPad currently with the Apple Pencil. Procreate, in my opinion, is like the best drawing software out there that doesn't require you to chuck loads of money at it. Like Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint or Paint Tool Sci, you know, those that expect you to pay monthly. This is just very affordable for the normal artist, for the poor artist, which is me. Right, let's put another layer up, and now let us try and figure out a colour to make Mumbo's wings. Like that. I'll erase the hands in just a bit. Once I have a colour down, I can always slide and adjust it. And that's made his suit incredibly brown. That's the only issue. Oh, I have 60 followers. Let's go. Awesome. I haven't really been paying attention. Thank you so much, everyone, for following. I wonder if we just remove the saturation of this a little. I think that actually looks better if it's like more greyish, especially if the wings are grey. Hi Zimmersizzle, thank you so much for subscribing. Oh my gosh, my very second subscriber with Prime. Awesome. Thanks for subscribing. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, it is very much appreciated. I'm just overwhelmed. I didn't think, you know, I thought, you know, I'll get affiliated and then we'll just see what happens. Thank you so much. So generous. And thank you so much for cheering. Barely know who you are, but you're an artist and you deserve more than 60. Oh, thank you so much. What was I doing here? I was wanting to make this a little bit lighter. Now, I think this is a point where we can actually move the colour of the background to the colour that we want it to be in the future, because... Hello, glad to catch you live. Awesome. Awesome to have you here. May kidnap my art style. Well, as long as you don't trace. If I'm fine with you using for a study. Oh wow, thank you so much for subscribing, Busy New with Prime. Awesome. We're going up 3. Hey yo! We're gonna start making bang. Start with a hype train. Oh my gosh, I've got a hype train. I almost got a hype train. That is crazy. I'm so overwhelmed. What was I doing? So, right, hold on. We've got a color pick here, and then we shall choose the color that we need. This is so. Hello, there we go. Then we have it here, and then we point that there. Right. So, we'll just change the background a little bit. I don't want it to be pink necessarily, but I kind of want it to have like the aesthetic of Mumbo's thing, where you're allowed to send 10 cheers in separate messages, so you get 10 notifs, or is that too much? You dude, send as much as you want, don't you worry. I don't mind at all. As long as you've got interesting stuff to say. I might just get a bit overwhelmed by the thing. Go for it. Yeah. There we go, another 10. Oh, another 1 cheer. 1, 2, 3. Oh, is this for the hype train? I wonder. I don't know how that works. All the cheers. I don't think it's picking up every single one of them. Maybe it will, like, just do it 10 times. Anyway. I want this background. Right. I'm gonna draw his colour in his feet as well with the same colour as the wings. Just so that we've got that as well. Okay, that's 10. Let's see if it actually counts up to 10. It might do. It might actually do. Every single one. Oh, no. I don't think it showed up ever. Oh no, it does. I think it's got a bit of a delay on the donations. I'll tell you what, Mumbo's background looks very pink on my screen. I don't know if it does on anyone else's, but it really makes me aware of how much how weird the colours look on my screen. It's so painfully slow. You know what? I think there's like a. Is that all of them? Oh no, that's not all of them. I think there's a timer on how often I can have the things, so I shall. Oh, we've got more bits. Oof, no plan. Oh, don't worry. Sag. No worries. Don't want to force anyone to. Right. It's still going. It's still going. I think I will definitely change the frequency of alerts. So what I'm gonna do, it's still going, man. We good? We done? Is that all? No. Oh, we got 10 more. That's the one. That's the 10. Right, so I'm gonna do a little gradient here. I'll probably do like a darker base where he's standing on, but I'll just do a little bit of a kind of gradient so that we get a feel for the colours that we want. Actually, I need this to be more into the orange. Kind of like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Doing so good, 2 subs to stream and 40 bits. Well, thank you so much. You've been a big contributor to that. We're going to have some Gaussian blur going on here. So we've got a nice fluid transition. And then what I am going to do as well is just give a little bit more texture to the background with the transition as well. Just colour pick from the background. I like this brush a lot because it actually gives like different colours, not just the colour that you got. Hold on, if I can show this with by pressing harder, you get lots of different colours in a single brush. So it's really good for like a light background if you just want a bit of different textures. It's one of the default Procreate brushes. It's Marilla. I haven't changed it, I don't think. I definitely recommend. It's one of the main brushes that I use. That and Eaglehawk, but this one is changed a lot. The ability to colour pick is a lifesaver, I think. Yes, imagine that is something that I really miss when like traditionally painting, is having to mix all the colours. It's such a pain. Do I want a little curve in the silhouette, or do I just want to... I think I'm just going to leave it straight. Because the thing you have to Procreate is either Huey on Sketch or maybe it's Paintful. Not heard of him. I don't know. I haven't really had a proper look at any other art programs that are out there, I guess. Once I had Procreate, I was like, yes, this is me. I am done. I need nothing more. I am content with the world. The world is nice. Thank you, makers of Procreate. But I don't really know anything about any other budget options if you don't have an iPad. I don't know what exists. I don't know what is out there. You really like Ibis Paint? Sounds like a good thing to use. Sometimes I feel like the free programs that you get, or like free stuff that you can download, is, or at least when I was oh wow, some great pen, awesome. Ooh, because the stuff that I used before, like drawing with the iPad, or actually before drawing with the iPad, I had this program called Coral Painter. Don't know if anyone's ever heard of that. Coral Painter. It's something that I got like for free with a Wacom tablet. Just got an ad on one of my vids. You just got which video are you talking about? If you're talking about YouTube, then if it's like an animatic, then I honestly have no idea how to solve the thing with ads. Ads suck, definitely. They definitely suck. I don't actually really know how that whole thing works. Oh yeah, well bro, Everyone Wants to Rule the World is a copyrighted song. So like the copyright holders run ads on the video and they get all the money from the videos because it's their song. So if it's got a copyrighted song in it, then obviously it's gonna have ads on it. That's how YouTube works. Bringo Brew, what are we doing next? Let's give him a diamond pickaxe, yeah? Dude, you don't need to draw human full bodies to make an animatic. Look at this. Look at, literally, there's no full body there. Pardon me. Okay, there's full bodies here, but there's no full body there. There's no full body there. No full body there. There's no full body there, or there, or there, or there, or there. No full body. No, oh, those full bodies. I'll shut up. But no full body, no full body, no full body. This is my most recent animatic on the Everin YouTube channel. You can see it down in the corner. If you look that up on YouTube, you'll find us. But You don't need to be able to draw full bodies to do animatics. You can just do faces. I mean, literally, you could just do a whole animatic of faces. Why not? I've still got all the single drawings of that animatic on my iPad. I haven't needed the space yet, so I haven't deleted them. Anyway, back to Mumbo. A Mumbo Jumbo. I think I'm going to add a little silhouette to this at some point because it feels weird that it's so light at the top and it just ends. I feel like I'll add like a little bit of a thing. You can draw while you watch your stream. Awesome! Let's draw together. Let's both of us draw. That is like something I just imagine really cool. Just me drawing and then people watching also drawing. It's just, we can all draw together. Anyway, what was I doing? I was trying to figure out what layer I wanted the pickaxe to be on. Let's make this a brown. Let's just colour pick from Grian's eye colour. I'd say make it a little bit less saturated. And then do the pickaxe. The whole pickaxe. And go sleep. Have a good one. Thank you. Oh yeah, Krellin is my brother, by the way, who's been shouting upstairs gaming at parts of the stream. So if you heard him, that was him. You have a good sleep, bruh. Or have a nice night. Cause he's got to work tomorrow at L. Listen. Listen what? Listen, you were gaming. Yeah, I heard you. The only reason you shouted was... Here we go. The suspense, we're waiting for an answer, Crow. Is that you almost got a 200 play on Osu. You choked. You were being incredibly noisy. It was like almost nostalgic in ways. It was like back in the old days when you used to shout so loudly, so noisy. Yeah, there you go. I was waiting for that answer there. Right. Yeah, just blocking in colour actually. Not a lot more to do right now. 8. Well, you're gonna yeet, meaning no mods in chat. Oh. Don't go crazy, please. I don't have the mental capacity. So no bad language. I think I've got like a little family friendly only. Is that the rules that I have in chat? I don't know. I don't know what rules I have in chat, if I'm being honest. I don't know if I've sworn on stream. Have I sworn on stream? I say flip a lot. You know, I've got, like Captain Sparkles, I've got my own words for the bad words. I try to stay family friendly, but I don't orient towards being family friendly, if that makes sense. I don't want that to be my kind of brand. I don't want to keep myself locked up like that, I guess. You are nowhere close to family friendly. You will smite those who do not oblige. Bro, have I given you too much power as a mod in my chat? This is a bit... Your VIC horror map stream, you had people swearing, but not me. Alright. So like other people that were, I guess, in chat maybe? Or in stuff, I don't know. I'm just trying to think currently. It'll be family friendly here, I promise. Awesome. I don't, honestly, I haven't really decided yet how family friendly I want to be. I'm not one to swear myself, really. But I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like Stampy Longney. Check the votes, by the way. Bruh, go to bed. Being a good mod here. I feel terrible. I'm not half as good as a mod in your chat. I feel real bad. Make me show me up on how terrible I am. I feel like I've done nothing in the last half an hour on this drawing. Didn't I say that the drawing... Okay, bye. Bye! Bye, bro! Didn't I say that the drawing, the colouring part of the drawing is usually a lot quicker than the line art? I've just been I've just been chilling, reading chat, not really been doing a lot. You try to be family friendly, but you inevitably mess up. It's much easier to be family friendly through text. Yes, true. Did I just... Ah, when I made his eyes desaturate, his hair desaturated, I made his eyes desaturated. I was just sat there for... I was just so confused as to why his eyes looked like that. We'll make them bright blue again. There we go. Right. Let's clear out the spyglass. I'll just do it kind of brownish and what? Yeah, that's the correct brush, but it's just tiny, tiny, tiny brush. I wonder if I need to be a little bit... Milk or cereal first? Oh, controversy, controversy. Definitely cereal first, my mate. Definitely cereal first. I don't know if I'm turning off people like that, but if yes, if you're one of those people that is offended by me saying cereal first, you can just leave. Nah, it's just... I don't really think about it too much, honestly. It's just like how I've always done it. It's how I was taught to do it, and it's how I shall continue to do it. Let's just colour this out. I'll do a whole separate thing. No milk first, gang. Well, I won't step on anyone's beliefs or anyone's opinions, but if they have a problem with my opinions, they can just go. I feel like we're putting like colours in the spyglass that it's just... There's no indication to that colour anywhere else on the piece, so it's a bit of an outlier. Same with the pickaxe. Same with the damn pickaxe. Milk first doesn't work. Yeah, agreed. Right, what colour do we want the belt to be? I think it should be a brown. I think we'll just continue with the brown theme. Make it a bit of a lighter brown, maybe. Just to have a bit of contrast. This is how I do colours. I've just bumble about and just try stuff. I feel like I would probably be a lot better at colours if I tried harder. But it's alright so far. You did milk first for a TikTok. I just regret it so much. I've never tried it. Probably not worth trying. No, I'm probably doing this on a terrible layer. Same layer as the suit. Gosh. That's not going to be very helpful. That's not something I should be doing. Ooh. Gosh, I was pressing so hard there that I could see my screen glitching out. Don't know if that was visible on stream. But note to self, don't press that hard when drawing because you will damage your iPad. And then that means no more art for me if my iPad breaks. So bad at choosing cohesive colours. Yeah. I don't think about it too much, I just go. I like lots of colours. I like really colourful pieces. I like to kind of, if like going by the animatic, I like to kind of go by abstract, especially like sky colours, right? More abstract colours in the background. That was a big part for the animatic. I want it to be very nice and colourful. What does cohesive mean? If cohesive means if stuff works together nicely. So like, or I guess cohesive could also be understandable. What iPad do you use? I use the iPad Pro 10.5 inch, the smaller one. So like the 2019 one. And I recommend it definitely. Because before I was using a Wacom tablet, I'd been using that for like since 2014, I think I got it, or 2013. And I have never looked back. And I would definitely go with like an iPad that supports A, Procreate obviously, and B, an iPad that supports the 2nd generation Apple Pencil, because it's just so good. I mean, it's currently charging, and it's got the whatchamacallit, the magnet that you can attach your pencil to. It feels really good in the hand. I was thinking of getting an iPad because obviously I was on a real budget. Being a student and not actually properly earning money. I was on a real budget trying to when it came to like getting the iPad, and I was thinking of getting one okay, that makes you look like you're younger than 10, but you so aha, no, if you don't understand what cohesive means, that's fine. Especially if like English isn't your first language. I mean, no judgment here. I'm terrible at any language. But back to what Zimmerziz was saying, I was thinking of getting an iPad that just supported the first generation one, so you kind of like have to plug it into your charging port so that you can charge up the Apple Pencil. Same, bro, though. Same here. English? What even is that? Yeah, I'm just terrible at all language. But I was thinking of getting I'm just going to do a little bit of combining into layers here while I'm talking about this. I was thinking of getting an iPad that supported the Apple Pencil first generation because they're obviously cheaper because they're older. But like I held an Apple Pencil first generation in my hand like once and it just felt so bad. The new Air version. Oh, I haven't looked at that one yet. If that one supports the whatchamacallit, the Apple Pencil second generation, I'd definitely go for it. I definitely recommend. Because it just feels so good. The Apple Pencil is just weighted so nicely in the hands, and it's got a real nice feel to it. I never looked back after getting it. It's the best thing. I got mine I got mine 2 years ago. I got mine end of 2019. It was a Christmas present to myself. And it still works beautifully. I have had to replace the tip of the Apple Pencil, but you can get like 5 tips for a reasonable price. It works with 2nd gen too. Awesome. I'd do that. I'd definitely do that. If you can afford it, it's like... If you want to get into digital art, I feel like the iPad is a great option for it because just like you don't have to use it just for art. You can use it as your laptop and as like note-taking device, as I have done for school. I don't just use it for art, but it's really good for art as well if you can use Procreate on it. Because Procreate is like what, $10, and you've got an art program that is pretty much as that just has most things that you need, really, if you're not professional. I mean, I haven't tried out many other programs, but it just feels like it's exactly what I need, and I don't need anything more, if that makes sense, right? I just realised I put that in the wrong layer. Gonna use a bit of bloom action to get this fire up. Just started doing the fire while I was blabbering. Bloom. The bloom effect has just been used. Your students will mostly be notes and art. Yeah, it's very helpful for notes as well because, like, we're in the digital era, obviously, right? And taking notes with a digital device is very helpful. If you are thinking of using your iPad to take notes as well, when you're getting an iPad, just give me a second. I've got a real good, whatchamacallit for you, a really good app that I recommend. It also costs something. It's also, let me just make sure that I'm not on a thing that reveals too much. Let's go into this one. I have actually used this for another stream. So this app here is called GoodNotes. And let's just mirror entire screen. Right, there we go. This app here is called GoodNotes, and it's where I took all my school notes in. I also used this to plan out one of the animatics that I was doing. But it's really good. You can have notebooks, you can take notes with your pen, obviously. But you can also type stuff, and you can copy PDFs into it. It's really good. So if you need that as a student, I definitely recommend GoodNotes. So it's hashtag no ad, but how do I stream my iPad to stream? Give me a sec. I'm just going to finish. GoodNotes. Can't remember how much it costs, but it's very good. I use a software called Air Server. Yeah, Air Server, and it's a program that I've got on my. I mean, I've got a Windows computer, right? So I think if you have a Mac or like any kind of Apple computer, you can just share your screen. Yeah, I've heard about Notability as well. Sorry, I'm just I'm so like divided in the chat. We're having two different conversations. I've heard about Notability. I haven't tried it yet. You don't have a PC. I'm not actually streaming from my iPad. I'm just showing my iPad to my computer screen. So like I'm currently on my computer. I'm just gonna have a quick look to see if there's anything on my screen that can't be viewed. I think we're all right. So if I go like to, for instance, window capture here, we're on. Backdrawing you go. We're on Streamlabs here, right? I'm on my computer, but I've got a thing where I can share it to my computer screen called Air Server, and it is like it's like a one-time payment for it as well. But there's a one-time payment for it. But I think there's a trial version that I used, and I thought it was quite good. So it's the best one that I've used so far. I tried a couple of different things, and Air Server seems to be the best way to go for me in sharing my iPad screen to the computer. Anyway. Let's have a look at this flame, because I kind of did this without even thinking. I'm going to make it a bit taller. I'm going to make it... should I put this to a different... blend mode? I don't know. I'm going to put this to normal for now. I'll put the opacity down maybe. But I feel like the flame should be slightly see-through. That's how flames... No, actually, that's not necessarily how flames work, but that's kind of how I want this flame to work, if that makes sense. That's how redstone flames work in my eyes. So what if we up the thing on this and then just put the other one to, like, add, maybe? And up the intensity? Maybe up the intensity a bit more. There, the opacity. Up the opacity completely. I definitely want it to look red, like a redstone lamp. We up the saturation of it, maybe. And then... Actually, yeah, you know what? That's alright. I'm gonna now add just a couple of embers to it as well. I'm just gonna go back to normal. And then up. So I can color pick from here. And then undo. And then on the very same layer, I'm just going to do a couple of embers. It's way too big. Yeah, that's kind of like the feeling that we'll go for. And I'll use the same thing to like do like redstone dust, because it kind of looks like dust, just kind of generally around where Mumbo is. Like redstone dust on his hands and stuff. It looks a bit like blood. Kind of, just a tiny bit. This is what we'll do with the wings then, just a bit as well. We'll add a bit of speckled redness to the wings somehow. Yeah, I feel like a speckled hen or something. I feel like there's something that exists. Like red specks on a bird. I wonder if I can just Google that. Hold on. Black bird with red specks. Black bird with red specks. Blackbird with red spots, which is called the red-winged blackbird, or the red-breasted sapsucker. That sounds incredibly. Yeah, we're not going to go into that. Let's just back to Mumbo. We're not going to make Mumbo's wings red what is it, a red-winged sapsucker. That's not what we're going to do. But I'll just distribute a little bit of, like, he's been kneeling with redstone dust, I imagine. Like it's on his shoes, around the pickaxe, I guess, as well. On the handle, I'd say, as well. Don't want it to look like blood, which it could definitely do. I'll just put a bit in his hair as well. Looks like he's got like a whatchamacallit, the aesthetic of a Scott halo, like Scott's glowy things that he has around his head in Last Life. Oh, phone go brr. Phone always go brr. All the brr. Yeah, I'm not sure how visible that is on screen, but just adds a bit of interest to Mumbo's design. You know what I do want to do actually is I'm gonna go back to this brush. I'm gonna make his buttons red, because why not? But I think it should be this red. And we are on a terrible layer for that. So we'll go to this layer. There we go. Red buttons. Although we could do brass buttons. Oh, hold on, I did say... Okay. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of like brass and yellow to Mumbo's design. I did say I was going to do goggles for him like ages ago, but I think we're way past that now. We've done the line art and everything. Maybe in a different drawing I'll do Mumbo's goggles. But I'll do like the streaks that I was talking about. And I was talking about doing them in red, but I think I will actually do them in yellow. Just to add a bit more yellow to the design. Because I do like the idea of like Mumbo having yellow accents. Your line art is complete. It looks bad. Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. It's when the sketch is just so good and the line art ruins it. Pardon me. Sneeze. How about that? And we could like add a bit of a rim. I feel like this is a Mumbo design I've seen before. Is this like maybe a Last Life Mumbo design I've seen? Where he's like on his yellow life, so there's a lot of yellow details in his suit. I feel like, oh gosh, if I'm accidentally ripping someone off, I'll be terrible. I feel terrible. Let me know if you've seen this before, and if you have, who you've seen it by, then I can give credit. I feel like, hold on, I think I've just had a thought. Well, I wonder if we just go onto YouTube and have a check for a thing. Oh, Mumbo hath uploaded. The Jumbo himself, he has uploaded. Let me just go to A. So it's Grian. That's... The thumbnails don't look like something that is good. I'm being very slow today with my navigation of the internet. I feel like there's like a Last Life animatic that has this. How do you draw arms? I don't know. Arms I find like really difficult. Arms are so hard, man. I struggled with these arms a lot. Okay. Would it be weird if I drew Mumbo's pickaxe a gold? This is like a callback to when he was a piglin. So he's kind of like still got those like aesthetics of a pig. Because I feel like that diamond just is annoying. It's annoying me. It's bugging me. It doesn't fit in the colour. I'm going to give him a gold pickaxe, I've decided. Mumbo, you get a gold pickaxe because you are just gold. You're such a golden guy. Kind of like a reminiscent, like a piece of him still. He takes like a piece of everything that he's been. So he's been like a potato, a carrot, and a piglin. And the thing that he takes with him as a piglin is a love for gold, I guess. So that is official now. I like the colour combination of red and gold. I quite like it. Right. Oh, we could add a bit of gold to his wings. Or was that a bit too much? Is that too much? Maybe it is too much. What do you guys think? I think I'll just add a bit of speckledness to his wings. I'm still just on the flat colours and we've been at it for almost 3 hours. Oh my gosh. I'll just add a bit of, yeah, I'll add a bit of speckledness from the redstone. And then I shall continue on with the shading. And the shading is usually quite quick, actually. So we'll just kind of have... Now we can decide whether that's part of his wing design or if it's just a bit of redstone that he's gotten in the wings. Both very possible. And that's that for now. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of work on the background. And just kind of like add a bit of a border. That's a bit of too strong a border. To this piece. I want to make it more saturated. So it doesn't feel like it's kind of going into nothingness. More towards purple. Yeah, I like that colour. Just a bit of a border. To give a clear ending to what's going on. Actually, what I can do here is do symmetry. So that it's the same on either side. Right, so we've kind of framed him a bit. What I do think I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit darker. More rich. A little bit. I think down there it needs to be more saturated. Oh, ooh. That's too large. Ah, pain. So much pain. All the pain. I just want a straight line. So how much to ask for? Ah. And the question is, do I like that or do I not like that? I think it's too straight. I'll figure out something in a bit. Let's just get rid of all that. And when I do it, I'll do it on a different layer. What could we do is around like... Oh, I don't really want to add green. Because if I were going Mumbo, I'd go like a viney surrounding, like peace, love and plants and all that. But I don't want to do green, so I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Have the darker shadow be under his feet as well. Ooh, my tummy's rumbling. It's time for me to finish up and go and eat. I need food. Let me go burr. What I am gonna do is I'm just gonna give that a bit of a streaky look to it so that the shadow is a bit ambiguous. You're bad, your phone, you had internet issues. Oh! That's such a pain when phones have internet issues, man. Good to see that you're back though. Nice to have you back. Right. Do I want to clear a horizon or do I just want to keep it ambiguous? I think I just want to keep it ambiguous. What I am also going to do is I'm going to give him a bit of a lighter silhouette behind him. Use the brush again. So he's kind of like separate from the rest of the background. Oh, we're still in the assisted drawing. This is very trippy. Right, there we go. Go away. Don't like that shade though. Yeah, like that. I'm just kind of giving him a bit of a silhouette around him. You want to show you my art for improvement ideas from I'm not a professional, mate. I'm nowhere near professional. I'm just someone who likes to draw. I feel like I make so many mistakes. So drawing is so hard. I'm on the wrong layer, man. I'm doing this terribly. Do I even want to do this? You know what, I might just leave this as it is for now, like background wise, and then I'll just work on the whatchamacallit, the shading. Don't want it to have a drawing assist, I want a clipping mask, that's what I wanted. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a purple shading, and then I'm going to set it to multiply. That's usually what I do when it comes to shading. I might be speedrunning this a little bit because I want to go eat now. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit of speedrunning. Shading usually doesn't take too long. Dramatic shading is usually also quite easy, a little bit easier than normal shading. So let's see how this works. Because this is not even dramatic. There's no dramatic shading involved. Oh, something that I've actually forgotten to do that I do with a lot of pieces nowadays is give him like a blush, so like different skin tones before even adding the shading. Let's get rid of that. Try that again. So actually, that's what I'm going to quickly do now. I'll just alpha lock this. Choose his skin color. Go a little bit. Oh gosh. Darker. He's got incredibly yellow skin. Bit of blush for him. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit, yeah, like I said, a bit of a blush. Just to add a bit of different colours in the face. That's a too strong a blush. Oh gosh. My tummy is rumbling. Why did it come so suddenly? My gosh, why did I suddenly get so hungry? I mean, I ate dinner, but obviously not enough. Obviously not enough. Getting towards the point of, I feel like, midnight snack hunger. If that makes sense. Because it is 10:30 where I am. It's PM. Central Europe. So I might have to go out for a midnight snack after this is finished. Ah, darn it. Spent all that time finding that colour and then just got rid of it. Not gonna lie, kind of think like a cool person can want to be a friend. It's kind of yet to say, mate. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if that kind of thing is. I don't know how comfortable I would be with that. I don't know. Did you kind of get what I mean? I'm not sure how Twitch. I'm not sure how Twitch cohesive that is for Twitch TOS following in terms of service. Just what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. My brain is muddled. I'm tired. Basically, kind of like the Twitch, not terms of service, but like I'm trying to think. What's it called? Like not morals, but kind of manners. Is usually like I'm saying this for future. Yeah, Twitch something. It's kind of like etiquette. That's the word I'm looking for. Etiquette is kind of like involves how you treat streamers and how streamers treat viewers and all that. I feel like that's maybe like a part of that is probably a weird thing to ask for. I'm saying this for like future streams as well, so you know for future. But Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit it's a bit weird. Kind of like I am open to like getting to know people in the sense of we do have a Minecraft server. Ah, don't worry. Yeah, it's fine for asking. It's fine for asking. It's worth anything. We do have a Minecraft server that we do invite viewers on every now and again if they're in some of our Twitch chats very often, because my bro Crowlander also streams and all that. If but I think you said you don't have a computer. It broke. Your PC broke. Well, if your computer's up and running again, we do it every now and again. If we see a cool person in the Twitch chat that's been there a lot and has spent a lot of time just chatting and hanging out with us, so that we feel like we've kind of gotten to know them a bit, we do have them on our server, on our Minecraft server, the Pearl SMP. So if that is like an answer to your question, I don't want to say like, no, I don't want to be your friend, but also kind of like, I don't understand the internet, honestly. I haven't spent a lot of time on the internet. Considering I am as old as I am, I have spent surprisingly little time on the internet. As in like making internet friends and all that. I'm drawing on the wrong layer. But I'm open for it. But I will have caution. And I'm open to meeting new people and playing Minecraft with them, kind of thing. Like we have done before. Right, I said I wasn't going to do the single feathers, but I think we should kind of allude to some of the feathers here. I'm just a bit, this is a bit awkward because I don't want to draw over the hand. So what I think I might do, oh dear. Yeah, can I just, yeah, I'm gonna include the arm, but I can select it like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna select the wings like that and then I'm gonna shade them. Might have sudden stops. Might have sudden finishes. The edge of it, but I think that's alright. I think we can leave it like that, like there, yeah, the sudden stops there. So I'll do a little bit of smudging, the smudger, after we've done the shading of the wings. It's kind of like adds a bit of contrast, a little bit. What I am going to do is like a much bigger shade. Like a bit of a gradient on the wings. I feel like they're big enough item to do that. I do gradient every now and again. Hello? Hello? Oh gosh, I'm way too small. I accidentally moved the brush down with my other hand. Mumbo and his wings. My own personal headcannon. But I love this. I love this headcanon. Like if anyone wants to add to it or like draw it or goodness knows what, I'm surprised it hasn't really been visible in the Hermitcraft fandom. It might be, and I just am I'm just like blind. But I feel like people would have picked up on it. I'm not that original, guys. I feel like people would have picked up on it sooner. Maybe I should go out looking for it. Winged Mumbo headcannons. That might be a thing to do. Right, let's do a bit of mix tool where I'm just kind of like filling up the areas again. I could have just done a multiply layer for the... Got too hard to draw arms. Hey, if it's too hard to draw arms, make your character armless. You have the power to do whatever you want. Or give it snake arms. You could have snakes for arms. That would be cool. That's like the whole thing with an artist. You have the power. I'm really gonna have to rush to finish the rest of this drawing though, because I am hungry. Tummy go brr. I don't even know why, because I have actually eaten. I might do a bit of tweaking off stream like I always say that I might do. headcanon Mun having owl wings because of the whole moon thing. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good headcanon. I like that. Oh man. Hey, ew, Twitch emoji. Ah, did you just do like a smiley face? Like a smiley face like that? And then turn into a Twitch emoji. And then it bounces across the screen as well. Oh, how could I have that enabled? Honestly, I kind of have had it enabled from the start, and I've never really, and I then forgot about it until today, where firstly I do have the screen open in front of me, which I don't usually do. I don't usually see the actual Twitch feed, because I am on the very screen that I use. I only have a single monitor setup. Only, I'm very, in quotation marks, I'm very grateful for my setup. But, yeah, I don't have another screen where I can see the Twitch chat, so I never really see the emojis jumping about, apart from when I'm drawing on my iPad and I can see the computer screen in front of me. I've tried to do a really weird mix of, like, cell shading and also not cell shading, if that makes sense in any way, shape or form. And like a bit of cell shading, but also spreading it out a bit. I feel like I should change the hue of the, yeah, that's better. The hue of the shadows a little bit to make it a bit more red, to give it all a bit of a more redder hue. Because especially on the top, on his shirt where it's pretty much white completely, you do see the shading colour that is used. There we go. And then the inside of the pickaxe. And we also do the inside of this leg because this leg is further back. So I do want it. I do want the wings to be darker than the background, so I'm gonna go full out on the wings back here. Completely dark. Maybe add a bit more contrast here. We will also add like a light layer, so that is also something that we can do. More Twitch emojis! Bouncing around the screen. It's actually quite fun, isn't it? I've never really seen it before. It gets very overbearing if there's just too much of it. But I think if it's just like as much as we have now, I think that's quite cute. Just having it bouncing around the screen. Now let's have a very slight like shadow here. Just so that we have some contrast. I haven't done any shading in Mumbo himself yet. Don't think a lot is needed. Oh, on the spyglass, actually, no shading on the spyglass yet. Now there'll be a bit of shadow here from where he's holding like the he's got his arm out. I think what I need to do is I need to very slightly get rid of some of this shadow here so that we don't lose like Mumbo in his wings. So we'll have the shadow being less intense there than it will be on his wings in the background here. I could use a different colour, but oh well. Too much work. Speaking of intense, that was a very intense shadow for just a spyglass. Right, I'll do a little bit of shading on the face. Hi there, WDS Eagle. Thank you so much for the follow. welcome to the stream. We're fan-arting a little bit of Mumbo Jumboni. As an avian. Hi! Welcome! He's got wings. Dude's got wings because he's sharing a soul with Grian. So we thought Grian's an avian, which means if he's sharing a soul with Grian, he's also going to be an avian. Which is a winged, like a winged species, winged character. Also need to give a bit of shadow to the eyes. The eyelids do cast a bit of shadow. Adds a bit of life with very little. And then a little bit of moustache shade, because why not? I guess. And then I think we're almost done with the general shading of this piece. Yeah? How about that? I'm going to do a little bit more, like, smaller lines to show, like, a couple of feathers, maybe. Maybe, like, almost be a part of the line out here. But I do kind of, it's currently a bit of a big blur, his wings. So what? I'm a huge fan of my last life art. It's really nice. Thank you so much. Very kind of you to say. Very nice of you to say. I am doing a bit of Hermitcraft right now. I really hope they do a third. Mumbo got you addicted to redstone when you were a little when you were a little younger than you are now. I'm not a redstoner in any way, shape or form. I can't start anything with redstone. I look at it and I'm like, nope. I'm gonna say nope to that. We're gonna completely ignore any kind of redstone. Because I'm noping out of here. I'm more of a builder in Minecraft. I'm definitely not one for building farms or anything. Although I do like the idea of B-Dubs' Pretty Stone, because he's building like redstone contraptions that aren't necessarily geared up on being efficient, but they're definitely geared up on looking really nice. Don't watch anything Last Life, but you still watch Mumbo sometimes. Last Life was a good series. It's over now, but I mean, if you only want to watch 9 episodes for those who didn't die early, it's definitely worth it. It's a short series to watch with all the chaos that ensues. I love how I said I wasn't going to detail the wings or like do single feathers, and now I'm just building up more and more detail on the wings with the contrast. Oh, we got another emote jumping around! Yay! So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add another layer and clipping mask it, and this is going to be our highlights layer. So we're going to do a nice yellow, I guess. Set it to add. That's what I always do. And then I'll just do a bit of highlighting. And this is usually a lot lighter than... Personally, you thought people overblew how good Third Life was, then Last Life was so good, and you were really happy. I thought Third Life was really good. I really enjoyed Third Life. It's hard for me to say which I enjoy more. I might have to look at them, watch them back to back. I'm supposed to be doing RE homework, but I didn't know about that until today. Oof. Well, don't blame me. Don't let me be your excuse for not doing schoolwork. Schoolwork's important. The VOD will always be here. Well, for the next 60 days. You're here instead anyway. Well. I'm trying to add a little bit of like a highlight shining. I might have to do this with a different brush. This brush, because the other one's not big enough. There we go. That's more of what I want. That's more of what I want. And it gets very... It's so hard to find like the right size for this brush, I find. Do the legs. You know what? I'm just going to restart that layer. It's a bit too mushy for me. Looking back at it. It's pretty difficult if I haven't decided where the light's coming from. Really hard to decide where to put the highlights. I mean, obviously there's a bit of red light coming from the redstone torch, so I might as well just actually add that right now. Might as well just a bit of red highlighting everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but in some places. Just add a bit of a red sheen in some edges. Maybe a little bit of his face, because why not? Kind of like that ish. Add a little bit more red because there's a lot on the right side, so I'm going to add a little bit more on the left. Sort of like that, yeah. Right, let's do some highlights then. What I am going to do is a bit of highlighting in the iris, because that adds just so much life to the character. Just adding a couple of light dots. Tiny little bit. I'm going to colour in the line art later. It's usually the last step that I do. Right, let's just try and figure out how much we want to give him highlights. Almost done with the outline with your fairy. Awesome. Did the arms work this time? They have rope arms. That's fair. You are the artist. You can do what you want. Imagine having rope arms. That would be so cool. You could like bend it in so many different ways, in so many different directions. I should really decide on like where the light's coming from when doing this kind of thing. But I didn't, and now I'm suffering the consequences because I have no idea where to put lights or highlights. I'll take a big L for that. I should learn, but I don't. It's a lot easier putting like characters into environments that you've already done, because then you know where the lights come from. It's like an outdoors environment. Do a bit of the trousers. My iPad is feeling very hot right now. I have been drawing for a while. And that, I think, might be us done. There's a lot of red in this, in the end. Don't like the outline. I think it needs a outline. So what if we... Oopsie. What if we just gosh and blur it, maybe? Have it like a bit of a vignette? I don't know. I'm trying to... Character without a background I find very difficult. So I'm wondering, do I just quickly do a background? And by quickly, I do actually mean very quickly. Oh. On that layer? Oh no, make a new layer for it. Which is what we did there, but it was too low. There we go. Very simple background. Very, very simple background. And we'll just go... Yep. Like the default background that I do. There's two hills kind of intersecting at some point. And then the background layer is a little bit more coloured out and stronger than the hill in the foreground. That is kind of like a little bit of a difference. And then where the character's standing, there's also going to be a bit of a darker bit. What I am going to do is I'm going to make this little... I'll put it to multiply, why not? And then I'll make it a bit lighter. And then I'll add another one on top. And just put that one to multiply as well. And we're going to erase that now, because that is too strong a shadow. And then just add a little bit of a Mumbo shadow. Can you tell that red is one of my favourite colours? With how much I used it in the animatics and now here. Maybe slightly. Maybe just a wee little bit. And then one thing that I'm just kind of experimenting a bit right now. Just kind of try and do like maybe make a haze bit. Like erase the background a bit so that the further we get to the background, the hazier it gets. Something like that, I guess. I wonder if it's the background that's bugging me. We don't actually have a lot of background here. Give you an unnatural eye colour, purple. Purple's a good eye colour to have. Those of you who know, you know. We do like a good purple eye colour on this channel. On this Twitch channel, on the YouTube channel, on any kind of channel that I own. Right. Let's colour in some line art. That's where we alpha lock the line art layer. And I shall use a very light colour, usually a colour that was taken from the added colour. And then I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm on the right thing. I don't want it to be that white though. A little bit yellow. A little bit more yellow, a little bit more into the orange. There we go. And this is where I kind of highlight some places. And this is, in moments like this, it is, again, very helpful to understand where the lighting's coming from. Which I don't currently. Because I am totally not a genius. Opposite of a genius. Where I kind of just, yeah, add some highlights to some of the line art. I don't colour in the line art, I find that another fairly boring task. For instance, like with the wings, I think I'll colour them completely out in this colour. Just so that you can see the line art because it's very dark in places. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll do the same with this leg so that you can see where this leg starts. Side of the pickaxe, because why not? The bottom of the pickaxe, because it's weird to have such thick black edges for a golden pickaxe. Right. And I think we're almost there. I'm just colouring some parts of the eye as well. Add a little bit more life to him. To our Mumbo Jumbo eye. Why not add a bit of a highlight to the moustache as well? Although it is difficult to do it. Nah, I'm not actually. I don't do a lot of like line colouring on the face because it is usually a colour that is very similar to the colour of the face, like orange and the yellow, very similar hues, so it actually means that I'd lose definition if I coloured out the face with this specific colour. Otherwise I'm just going to kind of seemingly randomly dot it about just to make sure none of the line art gets lost because it's too dark. So I think we might leave it there. So one last thing to do. Just unalpha lock this. One final thing. And that is to sign. And we're in 2021. Actually, that's way too small. Ooh. Getting the right signature right so that it looks good is also much of a chore. There we go. I made a mistake. I put that on the wrong layer. I meant to make a new layer. One day we'll have a good signature that I'm okay with. There we go. And that would be that. I think I'm going to add a bit more of a glow to this. You're actually normal. I thought you'd be on add. Does that look better on add or no? Oh, it gives it quite a nice light to it. If it were going to go on add, then I'd make it a bit darker though. There we go. Another thing that I will do is colour in this flame a bit more. A lighter colour. Give it a bit more definition. There we go. Good night. Have a good night. Have a good night, TJLS random. And I think I shall also soon just about finish up here. I've just got to change this to I think soft light or hard light. Gosh, what do I usually use? I don't know, what do I usually use? That's good enough. That's visible enough. And that would be us. We finished the piece. We finished Mumbo Jumbo in his glorious winged form. There's a lot of black going on. There's a lot of black and red in this, but I think it's cool. I think it has its aesthetic quite nicely. Well, I would like to thank everyone for stopping by. Thank you so much for the subs. This is the first time I can say this. Thank you so much for the subs. Oh my gosh. This is an awesome experience. Thank you so much for the bits. It's also the first time I'm saying it. Awesome. Yeah, thank you for the follows. Thank you for typing in chat. Thank you for just watching. Thank you for just hanging out. I've had a good time. Hope you have too. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a bit of emote drawing in the next stream. I don't know exactly when that'll be. I don't really have a schedule yet. I don't know if I'll ever get a schedule. Because I'm just not very much of a schedule-y person. But I'll announce art streams on the YouTube channel. I won't announce any gaming streams on the YouTube channel because that's not the kind of aesthetic that the channel ever follows. But yeah, if you do want to catch me, because like I said, I don't really have a schedule, make sure you've got notifications on. And I will thank you so much for watching. This piece is going to go up onto the YouTube and Instagram account, so make sure you're followed there. As you can see down in the corner. I probably won't do it tonight, I'll probably do it tomorrow, but yeah. Next stream, we'll be drawing some chat emotes for subscribers. So make sure you're here then if you want to see me do a bit more drawing. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you good night or good day, depending on wherever you are. I'll just say goodbye for now.